You know what today is, man?
3 years.
3 years.
3 whole
How
years.
does that hit you?
Weirdly.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. There's a weird, there's more of a sense of calm than there was at like the 2-year one. And I also don't really have much of a memory of the 2-year one because COVID happened after that. And so it's like there's a whole year of this podcast that I don't really remember.
Yeah. I know that it happened.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that we had some topics that I quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
Sprinkled throughout the year. But it's also different in that with the 1 year and the 2 year, there was a lot of this holy shit energy.
It's working. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something's happening.
And now it feels like we're settled in.
Yeah.
I know that I was thinking the other day when we very first started, I was listening to a couple of podcasts that were about 3 years old. Mm. And I was kind of just doing market research.
Sure.
And listening to like the first episode versus the most recent episode and hearing the quality improve and how the nervousness in the voice kind of chills out and just shit like that. And I remember 3 years for some reason just like sticking out to me being like, oh, that's a real established podcast. Like that's who I'm looking up to.
Yeah.
And now we're here at 3 years.
And we're so established.
I mean, we have mics.
We have good mics.
Yeah.
Good mics. Mics that I am fucking proud of.
I'm very proud of these mics.
I mean, and like every time I touch it and adjust it and like work with the interface, like every time I use it, I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like this is
professional.
Is really cool that we have these mics.
Well, I was just telling you right before we started recording, sometimes I'll see people using these exact mics.
I see everybody using these, like all the big podcasters. And I'm like, oh.
So, hey. And they usually have those fancy like cage like jiggle protectors,
the
whatever they're called.
Which shock absorber,
not jiggle protector.
For our past mics.
I feel like we almost don't, because I know we did some bump tests on these. And
they're just so good, man. They just drink that noise right up.
Slurp. Oh. Okay, so we're here for 3 years.
3 years.
And as I guess is tradition now, it is canon. We do a little Q&A session, a little AMA or an AUA, I guess.
Yeah.
How shit mouth would I be if I was just like, it's an AMA. It's just me. Ask me all the questions.
Ask me anything.
Yeah. Just do a control F for Charlie.
Yeah. That's all that we want to talk about today. Yeah. Today we're celebrating Charlie and her hard work that brought us to this 3-year achievement.
Ew, I hate it. That makes me sick.
We're coming at you at noon. I almost said in the morning because I'm very confused.
It was a weird morning
right now. But this is our first slumber party since COVID.
This is the first time I've stayed the night.
Yeah, that either of us has stayed the night. Like, I mean, other than the hotel.
We did have a hotel,
but I mean, like at our houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a great time.
I did.
We did some Rocco and Lay's craze.
We'll see how that turns out.
Well, hopefully, we have something to bring to you in the near future. Because I feel like like you said, we both just kind of blacked out.
I don't remember what we talked about.
And talked about some kind of ghost.
Yes.
Well, you know what? You know why we blacked out is because we are so committed to our roles.
Method actors, bro.
I mean, listen. I kind of think that's the truth, and I'm gonna squeak that.
Yeah, I'm just honestly waiting on Broadway to give me a call at this point.
Rocco, the one-man show.
Oh my god. Hard rock life.
Oh god, rock snake. We do have another very exciting announcement to make today. It's made even more exciting by the fact that we get to announce it on our 3 year. So this is sort of like our 3-year collectible piece, memorabilia.
Sure.
So like one of those coins that are, you saw the commercials for the coins for like way too long.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, get this memorabilia coin.
Yes.
We have our summer print dropping today.
Yes.
Look at the album art for
gorgeous.
Today. This, I think I've said this all 3 times yet, but this might be my favorite one.
It's so beautiful. It's just so fucking whimsical.
It is very whimsical, and the people climbing
dancing in
the hair of the goddess on the front, and I think it's because I got to actually witness a little bit of that creative process. At the beach house when Lyra just kind of
she had like the red line drawing, like just a sketch, and she was like, "This is kind of what I'm thinking." And it was like, "Oh,"
we were both like, "Fuck,
yeah."
But it is all about summer.
Yeah.
It's got almost kind of like a festival vibe.
Midsummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of has like that, the dancing. There's kind of like almost like, and this is a little earlier, but almost like a May Queen feel, like they're dancing, twining the hair around.
Yeah.
But the
Is
colors,
it early? Because we're past May.
Well, that's what I mean. Like May is too early for the print, but it's got that vibe and kind of like, like I'm, like the movie Midsummer, the festival kind of, and
except this one isn't going to end.
Yeah, it's much happier, and less psychologically, And
I feel like the coloring is sort of like a litha, kind of like a
it's rich.
Red,
and
kind of
bold,
fiery, and
I love it.
It's everything we wanted for a summer print.
Yeah,
man.
I think it's gorgeous.
Once again, Lyra's knocked it all the way out of the park.
She did. And so, if you want, you can find this on wbahprintshop.com. You can pick it up there. And so, like the other ones that we've done, we're going to run this bad boy for only 2 weeks. It's a limited edition. Get it while you can.
Act fast.
And that last day is going to be end of the month. June 30th will be the last day to get your prints. And we're going to sign the fronts of these because y'all want that for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's going to be beautiful. And if nothing, if you're not, collecting the full year of seasons, maybe pick one up to commemorate this 3-year achievement
of staying around,
of not quitting.
They won't go away.
You can't get rid of us that easy. We will come at you until you want to be as far away from us as possible.
The last person tuning in finally switches off the receiver.
Until the breath just rasps out of both of our lungs for the last time.
Absolutely just pass away. Yeah. And even then, I feel like in the spirit realm, we're still going to be strapped up to some mics.
Well, that's the beauty of it, dude. It'll live on the internet forever.
Oh, that's freaky.
It's like that X-Files episode, it's where they want to live in the internet AI forever.
In the computer?
Yeah, it's super 90s. It's a great, great time capsule.
Although, that does make me think of the Black Mirror episode, San Junipero.
That's such a good episode.
I loved that episode.
And I remember Lyra put it on and I was tense because I was like, fuck, it's Black Mirror episode. Yeah. So I was like waiting for the dark twist that was, and it was just pleasant. It was just wonderful. There was
a little bit of a struggle
between
the love interests, but it all turns out and it's a good time.
The fashion
and the music
and the colors. Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
It's very synthwave, kind of, anyway, but we're here to do 3 years. And that's what this whole episode is going to be, man. It's going to be us chatting, doing the Q&A. I think I see a certain blue book.
I thought it was only fitting. We're having a party. We
must have the etiquette.
We need to know how to act.
Is there anything for anniversaries?
I don't know.
Birthdays. 3 years of a podcast.
Let me get in the table of contents here. There is, and it's, I don't know. I don't think we've read this whole section, but there's let's give a party.
Oh, let's give
a party.
A party.
You know how things are.
You know how you phrase words. But it's a celebration, bitches.
It is. Look, we have done this for 3 years without losing our minds, without quitting.
We went through COVID.
Yeah.
I feel like we fucking persevered.
Dude, here's the thing. I'm very proud of us about making it through COVID.
Well, here's the thing that I think about regularly is if you have been a longtime listener, you know that in our first 2 years, it was not uncommon to take, we set aside about 2 days of the year and we call them our mental health days.
Yeah.
And it's just like sometimes, and we seem to sync up on this so much.
Yeah, to where it's like, we need to take one.
We'll just be like, you know what? I'm doing my topic. I don't feel it. I don't feel connected right now. And we'll just be like, let's do it. And that's what we allow ourselves is like 2 a year.
We don't want to force, a not in the mood episode.
We don't want to like push rope with our episodes,
Yeah.
But
gross.
However, we didn't take one during 2020,
I don't remember us.
There might have, I don't even think we made like a oops, we effed up the episode.
We were late once because you had laryngitis, I think, unless that was 2019. But we still came out with an episode that week. It was just a few days late.
But listen to us. We did our jobs. But I know that a couple of times we talked about maybe taking one.
Yeah.
And we were like, I know the amount of joy that I get
Yeah.
watching, like, when a new, like a Good Mythical Morning would come out. And if they would have been like, oh, we're not doing one, I would have been like, I know that's, please take all the time you need.
Yeah.
But also, I'm going to feel a little bummed.
Yeah. We felt a little bit, and it's weird for me to say now, but I can't just deny it because we've been told enough times. We were partially, I don't want to use the word depended on, but we were kind of leaned on.
Yeah. Well, because, and again, dude, we're both so bad at talking about stuff like this.
Yeah.
About, like, any kind of
complimenting ourselves in actuality and not just out of sarcasm.
Yeah. But we're entertainers, dude.
Yeah.
I guess technically, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, we are professional entertainers. We are content creators. Weird to say.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to leave this room forever. But you're correct, and I think a lot of people just, it's a little bright spot.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just us. I just mean any kind of content that you enjoy.
Your people.
Yeah, So, what I'm trying to say is expect the return of the mental health day at some point.
Yeah. We've held it together this long. Now we're quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last episode of the Witch Pajama.
Goodbye. That's how it ends. It just clicks off.
Yeah, it clicks off.
Oh, man.
Oh, you just hear closing time, like how the Edge died.
Oh my God.
It just loops for the next 2 hours, closing time. I'm going to talk to you. So this is in the chapter. This is, Book of Etiquette, chapter Let's Give a Party, verse A Dish of Tea.
Verse. I like reading this like Bible style.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thank God for tea. What would the world do without tea? How did it exist? I'm glad I was not born before tea.
Wait, there's so much to unpack. Okay, I needed a minute.
Whether it's tea for two or gone. Tea for many, this, quote, pause in the day's occupation, end quote, is a gracious and welcome interlude between luncheon and dinner.
But what are the women of the time getting up to in these days that you're taking a break from? You're not working.
Cribbage.
Okay. Snacking.
Yeah.
It feels like, how was everyone just so like svelte back then? Because I feel like all they did was eat shit and drink tea.
Yeah, they just ate cocktail onions and drank cocktails. I don't know. Tea time may be an informal daily affair for the members of the family and for friends who may casually, quote, drop in. I thought that was rude. Mm-hmm. Or who may be invited to come for a, quote, cup of tea.
Why is that
I don't know.
In quotes?
Or it may be, quote, a tea. Invitations to which we may send on our visiting card. Or a party given in tea hours, 4 until 6 or 5 until 7. Maybe a formal reception tea or an at-home. The formality being indicated by an engraved or semi-engraved invitation. For tea?
For tea, can you imagine getting a full fucking, like, American Psycho styled engraved piece of paper?
I'm not going. My alarm bells are going off. If someone invites me for afternoon tea in that fashion, I feel like it's going to be some sort of weird,
conversion therapy.
Some sort of like horror movie plot.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Did
it?
you listen to
Would You Rather? That horror film, to where it's like she goes to that weird fucking dinner party and they're like, we'll cure the disease, but you got to go through hell.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what that invitation's telling me in subtext.
Unless it's like from you. Because then I'm like, oh, Macy's going to put on a fucking tea.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. At first, I thought you meant if it was from yourself. Like you get one that's from yourself. I was like, I would actually die.
Can we write this? Can we? Okay, trademark. We're making
that's
this
like
is
a
our
no sleep story.
This is our story.
Yeah.
There was a recent no sleep story about a lady who threw a tea, and it was exactly what you would expect.
Whoa. The informal serving of tea by the hostess is very simple and casual and very enjoyable for both hostess and guests. Well, God damn it, I'm glad.
I mean, okay.
No service is necessary. And not, that's a dating, that sentence dates this book. Yeah. Severely.
You read it and you're like,
service. Yeah, do you need to ring a bell while you're at it? And not much planning is required. The lengthening shadows of the day brings relaxation. Oh, she's getting creative with her writing all of a sudden.
Man.
The background of an open fire in winter or of a shady corner of the porch in summer makes a perfect setting. Bitch, do you know about mosquitoes?
First of all, shit. But also, listen to her getting fucking
She
verbose.
took a creative writing class.
She did. She's feeling some type of way.
Yeah, she's chuffed.
Mosquitoes couldn't have been that big of a deal because, those fucking clothes that they wore.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
You're covered.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that this book is from the 30s.
Yeah, it's not from the 17th century.
Yeah.
Okay. The shades are drawn. Perhaps some candles are lighted on the tea table. And comfortable chairs are welcoming.
She trying to... Is Beekman trying to fuck? Daylight!
The hostess who presides at the tea table should have all the items of the service attractively and conveniently arranged so that the serving will not be confused, delayed, or awkward. Practice makes perfect. This was supposed to be enjoyable and simple.
Yeah.
See, this is where the layers start coming undone and you start realizing the madness.
Yeah. People went to school for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tea table, quote, or parentheses, beware of one with unsteady legs, should be large enough to hold the tea things without crowding. A tea wagon is convenient.
Okay.
I want one.
Sure.
If you prefer this to a tea table, and so is the 3-shelved supplement to the tea table, they whimsically named Curate. How whimsical is that?
How whimsical.
I feel so
whimmed.
Undone.
The Curate.
The Curate.
I feel like I'm about to be whisked away by the fairies.
I just entered Narnia at that. That is wonderful.
How loose.
Good God. Oh, see, yeah, here we go. Now we're starting to really get into the difficulty. Mm-hmm. Cover your tea table with a cloth of linen, sheer or heavier weave, or of lace, or of the new good-looking novelty weaves. You know the ones.
The new good-looking ones.
A cloth of white or off-white is better than a colored cloth for tea, except perhaps tea served out of doors. The tea serviettes should be small and dainty. Use your prettiest china and have your silver shining. For afternoon motherfucking tea.
Yeah.
That's probably most of the time just you and your husband you don't like.
Yeah. Or some bitch neighbor that you have to invite over to keep up appearances.
Fucking etiquette.
Yeah. Polish your fucking silver, which you definitely own, by the way.
Yeah, and you didn't fucking polish it.
Mm-mm.
All right.
God.
Oh, get ready. Get ready. This is what goes on the table. I'm going to have to just take one big breath and seagull scream this. Are you ready?
I love that. I love the references to the seagull scream.
On the tray that you will bring in will be the tea service, consisting of teapot, the tea kettle, with alcohol lamp or hot water kettle, tea caddy, cream pitcher, sugar bowl and tongs for loaf sugar, a strainer, a tea bowl, preferably covered, for the tea dregs of the first cup of tea, and for the used lemon slices. In addition, you will have teacups and saucers, tea plates with a tea serviette on each plates, teaspoons, a glass dish for thin slices of lemon pierced with cloves if you like, a small lemon fork. Since you pour with your right hand, the teapot, hot water pot, and cream pitcher should be placed on the right side of the table or tray. If you use a tea kettle, this is placed in front of you with space left directly in front of you for a cup and saucer. Towards the right, too, are the teaspoons and the plate of lemon slices. The teaspoon should not be placed on the saucer until you fill the teacup. The tea serviettes may be placed on either in the group or placed on one of each plate in the pile of plates. On either side of the table, within easy reach of the guests, are the plates of tea, foods. These must be placed on the curate or on a nest of tables.
Stop.
Did you retain that? I'm going to give you, we're going to take a quiz.
Okay. I was trying to eliminate all of the extra information because sometimes she will straight up say, you need to have room in front of you to put your teacup, but it'll take her 3 sentences to say it. So I think I've got the gist. Quiz me.
I don't know how.
So if I'm correct, you need a teapot, some hot water, some cups and saucers, a teaspoon, some lemon on a plate. You can do some fancy shit with it. A strainer. Basic tea shit, right? Like sugar, cream.
You gotta you have to have your cream pitcher.
This is all
your
pretty...
tea plates and your tea. Yeah, stuff that's somewhat practical, but I feel like there's a little much. You could go much simpler.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess back then you wouldn't just like take the cream out of the fridge and dunk it directly into your cup. Like you'd have to put it in a nice thing. And
I will say, I like the cloves idea in the lemon.
In the lemon? That got me off guard.
I like that. She's got me with that.
See, that's what she does.
Okay, I'm going to glaze over a lot of this because this is, as you would expect, just a nightmare.
Is it just saying the same thing again and again?
Yes, she's just literally talking about how you need to serve everyone, and I'm not going to drag us through all of that.
You can bring out some sugar for your tea, or some honey for your tea, or some other sweetener for your tea.
I do want to end on this, though, because I feel like it's a good finish after everything we've just been through. A word to Miss Homemaker, who thinks that she should not attempt to serve tea to friends or neighbors who should drop in the afternoon because she has not the right accessories. So now we're back to being how simple this is, okay? You know.
Yeah.
Don't consider tea a formal right to be indulged in only by those fortunate hostesses who own a silver tea service, bitch!
You just said.
Quote, a loaf of bread and thou, end quote. And some tea will do as a start. And your china teapot will probably brew more delicious tea than will be served in the silver pot. You just said! And you will have to have some kind of simple tray and a cream pitcher and a sugar bowl that you ordinarily use, and small plates.
You still need everything, is what she's saying.
And cups and saucers and napkins. And then you can, quote, whip up some dainty sandwiches from your provision shelves. Undoubtedly, there will be a cake or some cookies in the larder. And there you are. It's tea time.
Undoubtedly, there will be a cake in your larder. Like,
so that's casualty. I'm going to stop there. The next section is a formal tea. It's actually titled a tea, period. A formal tea, period. A reception.
Go. A deer. A female deer.
Exactly. So that's etiquette up to date. Man. If y'all ever wanted to know how to throw a, quote, fucking casual, end quote, tea party, that's how you do it.
That's like a high tea. Yeah. You know, because like I know high tea isn't actually, a lot of people say high tea when what they mean is afternoon tea. Okay. So like high tea, a lot of people think, oh, it's high, so it's very fancy. But high tea is just like your everyday tea that you would have. Yeah. Like, so I guess that's like your high tea. You're just everyday, kind of fancy, but like, you would just give it to your fucking off neighbors. Yeah.
I like the idea of afternoon tea. I like the idea of afternoon tea being at a time like tea time, which I think is tea time 3 p.m.
I think it's 4.
I that time of afternoon. Yeah. I like that. And it's kind of a ritual. Mm-hmm. And you kind of sit and break. Collect
have
yourself.
A snack.
That's just not done here.
I did it when I was in Jamaica. So they had like a tea time, and we would go and have tea, and you got the little menu of your tea that you wanted. I always got like the apple cinnamon tea, and they brought you like that 3-tiered like serving tray. Yeah, with like little snacks on it. And it always seems very lush to me.
And if I'm remembering right, I don't know if this is true or not. It fits with like the body's natural rhythm of the day. Yeah, you know, and kind of that's your lulling siesta kind of period. Those are taken for it's like how our body kind of naturally on its natural clock moves through the day.
You're gonna want a little bit of caffeine, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like a little
something to eat.
Yeah, recollection when the body is kind of at a low energy output part of the day. You kind of sit and rest, have a little rest, a little sit.
You know what? We should, for like the next week or so, we should every day at 4:00 have like a little tea break. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And then we can talk about it.
And then we can talk about like how it has influenced our lives. Let's try to remember to do this because I think it would be cute.
All right, let me pull up that post.
So this was, these were questions sent to us on Facebook, on our Facebook page at Which Amateur Hour? No, bitch, on Facebook.
And we have a lot of questions. Boy. There was like 85.
Jeez, Lord.
Yeah.
So, as usual, to be fair, We don't want to scroll through and just pick the one, be choosy picky. But what we are going to do is roll those electric dice.
Electric dice.
Infiltrate.
Storm the gates.
And it will tell us which ones to read and to answer. And I'm quite excited because I have not read any of these.
I've read several and they're fun. I'm excited about them. There's a lot of really fun ones, a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
In here. I'm
well,
really
I know
excited.
you told me about one that I would like to answer anyway.
Yes.
At some point.
Yeah, I think that's one we just addressed because I'm surprised that anyone would be interested.
I'm surprised that anyone's really noticed.
Yeah.
I feel like when we do it, people just tune out. But
yes,
Macy and I play the game. And I guess we can mention who wrote this in when we find it.
Yeah.
But we play the game where if one of us is searching for a word, like let's Albuquerque.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll say like albatross,
right?
Yeah,
and then I'll say albacore tuna.
Yeah,
and
then and you can change. There's wiggle room here, like that you can kind of change to. And so I'm trying to think of a word that's not quite like an alb, but like
maybe tuna.
Yeah. So if you said like albacore tuna, I could say bumblebee tuna.
Yeah,
and and like it's hard to explain. It's an intuition-based game.
I was going to say, it's our third eyes must link.
Yeah.
And we both know when we have given a good continuation.
Yeah.
We both know when we've given a not so great one.
Yeah.
And we can both know when it's time to concede.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it needs to be something like either a real word or if it's a phrase, it's a song lyric, and like yeah, like something like that, like in there, or like a person's name, or so you can't just like make up a sentence. Like it has to be some phrase, like a lyric or something that we both know, or it's you just know
it's close enough.
Yeah,
it's you just go.
And
close
the point
enough.
is quick. You have to rapid fire it, so there's no time to think, and that's it. That's the game as it goes. And you just have to know when one of you wins, and usually you know.
Yeah, yeah. Many times someone will say something and you both just go, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
And we'll probably do that a couple of times through this episode. Yeah. But I've read on Facebook a few times that people are like, we've started doing this like through that in the house. People will just.
Yeah. It feels like a really fun
exercise,
brain exercise. I just think that's a good thing.
A brain exercise
for the brain matter.
For the brain.
All right. So this was asked by Heidi.
Okay.
This is a serious question, dude.
Oh no.
It's not serious, but I mean like this is a thinker.
Okay.
A toy company is making action figures out of both of you. What is your main outfit? And what 3 accessories do you come with? Pets don't count as they are technically sidekicks and available in the expansion pack.
Oh. Man,
I love the detail of this question. You know the game. You know how this works.
Okay. All right. Let's take a moment to think.
Okay.
And we'll reconvene.
I already know what I want.
What do you want? Go.
Have you seen, that episode pretty much in Rick and Morty when it's kind of like the fantasy episode and Summer gets like the powers of being turned into like a sexy huntress and she's got like the bow and like the green, kind of like, I'm down with that. I like a nice kind of woodsy, but still like pretty hot garb.
Okay.
You see it and you're like, okay, that's an action figure garb,
hot, post-apocalyptic huntress.
I like the bow.
Yeah.
There's a fair fight with the bow.
BDSM Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah, like if Katniss Everdeen and Ivy from Soul Calibur meet.
I immediately thought Poison Ivy in her gorilla suit.
Well, that's also another version of me that I'm really okay with and in touch with.
Is the gorilla suit one of your items?
It is. Yeah, that's my armor. It's like, or like I go into, well, no, I guess I can't have 2 powers. I was like, 'cause this is items, but I do like, that's like it's like a protection. It's like when I need to go to sleep, I'll put that on and like go up in a tree and no one can get me.
They'll just be like, look at that big gorilla up there.
It's my little fuzzy, fluffy mascot suit of safety.
Okay.
And I also, let's see, that third item's tough now, because I'm just going to assume the bow and the arrows that's a set. I'm not going to be like, I get 1 bow and 1 arrow.
Okay.
because that's some bullshit.
Sure. I love how you're bending the rules.
Well, sometimes that's all we ever do. If y'all ever listen to any of our bonus episodes, all they are is just us bending the rules.
Oh, of course.
Completely.
For sure.
You know what? I'm gonna hodgepodge my character because I think it would be cool to be a bard too. So I'm gonna say like an instrument, like a harp of some kind, and
a full-size harp.
Yeah. And that would be sweet. I'd be into that. I'm not a really super useful character. I'm not gonna be your like berserker character. I'm like a side character.
Yeah.
That will help you out when you need it. You don't know when you need someone to be like harped to sleep.
Oh,
but that's what I'm there for.
Again, it's like Ivy when she's in her monkey suit and she sends that pink mist
She blows her palm mist on the whole fucking party, and it just knocks everyone out.
Horny pollen,
Oh, yeah, that's right. It doesn't knock everybody out. They all get like
boners.
Lusty.
Yeah. And then they have a couple of really uncomfortable up closes of Batman and Robin where they're just like,
yeah. Dude, I love that movie. I don't care that people shit on that movie.
That's what makes it's so entertaining.
I think that's the thing. If you want to talk about it's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It is entertainment.
No one's going to sit down thinking, oh shit, this is the best one.
You have goddamn Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
And hard nipples on the costumes.
Oh, yeah, the hardest.
Yeah. Okay. Mine, I want her, first of all, I want her in skin tight, chunk and all, patent shiny leather catsuit.
You're going to get so hot.
That's okay. Yeah. I'm a plastic figure,
That's true. Right, That's true. There's no actual life here.
Yeah. I can be what I want to be here, I think that one of my items is a hearse that I cruise around in.
Hearse has made an appearance again. Hearse is back.
Yeah.
Which I guess that was a bonus episode, but I like the hearse.
The hearse it's my bag. That's what and my whole thing is I want to be intel. I'm probably going to be fighting anybody.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be like the deep throat character.
Okay, sure.
Comes in and
absolutely
will tell you whatever. And I'm a little shady. I'm a chaotic neutral. Yeah, okay. I might also be informing the other side. But I'll give you some good goddamn info.
Okay. They'd be good to you. You'd be good to them.
Yeah. I want a cane.
Okay.
That I can kind of fight with sometimes, but I want it to have a handle.
You're rapidly turning into the Penguin.
That's fine with me, man.
Okay.
That is fine with I want a umbrella
cane
that I can shoot people with.
Yeah.
Why is this so Batman focused?
Because I'm really itching to watch that movie. We've been talking about it.
So much we've been talking.
It is so colorful and weird, and I love the weird not cyberpunk, but like
kind of though.
Neon goth.
Yeah. How about wax lips?
Yeah, rubber lips. Immune to your charms. So it's only lip skin to lip skin contact that will cause it, not saliva, not
tongues.
Any bacteria swapping. Got it. Okay, glad to know the logistics.
Just the lips.
Wow.
And I think I would like really sharp crystals to throw at people, amethyst crystals to just throw at people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you got to be specific here, though.
Okay.
Because is it a bag of unending? Well, I guess it's no different than a quiver of arrows.
Yeah.
You have like a bag of, and it never runs out because it's fiction.
Because because that's the boring part. You never write the part where you have to go retrieve your arrows.
It's like Legolas's arrows.
Yeah.
They're always there.
Multiplying.
Yeah.
Which, because he's elvish, is that actually a factor?
I don't know. Or he's just so goddamn good. Yeah,
he's just goddamn good.
He knows where that arrow went. He can go get it.
That first time watching the movie, that scene that, of course, it always feels faster in my mind because of watching it as a kid, where he's in the field and he's just rapid firing.
Yeah. It's cool.
That was so cool to me.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that was one of the scenes that you described to people and you're like, and he's like a machine gun.
It is. It's the way that they filmed it and the way, like the speed of it, and he's so calm about it.
Yeah, he's just chill.
It is. It almost is like an emotional. It's like you see it and you're just like, God damn, that's cool.
They sneak
that's fucking
in.
Cool.
They sneak in a lot of cool parts of elvish.
Yeah.
Like nature.
Yeah.
It's
soft
really
and hard.
About. Yeah. It's stoically savage.
Yeah.
Like he's still killing you.
Mortified.
But he's just kind of like chill. And then like after Gandalf falls, he almost dies of grief because that's like the only way you can kill an elf.
Yeah.
And like he the scene where he's walking on the snow.
Did you know that's because they don't weigh as much and they can walk on the snow?
That is so me, dude. I know. Do you see him how he's on the snow? Okay, fucking next question.
All right. luckily this one is about right where the other one was, and this one's hard.
Oh.
This one's hard.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm already having anxiety about it.
Oh, no.
Top 5 favorite songs.
No. No, sorry.
Let's just talk about some of our favorite songs.
Okay.
The first ones that come to mind, I'm rolling right out of the gate. I don't give a fuck. She's So High by Tal Bachman. I can't hear that song and not get emotional to this day.
There's okay, I have a lot, and I feel like what I'm, when you go through phases that'll last a handful of years.
Yeah.
Yes. So I feel like I'm being highly influenced by that, but somewhere in no particular order, top 5, Underneath the Stars by The Cure will sometimes make me cry. Fuck, you go now.
It's the song that's difficult. This sounds really snobby, but I'm one of those people that is kind of snobby. I listen to whole records.
Yeah.
And so it's like oftentimes that an album itself has an identity.
Yeah.
Just like a song does. And so it's like my brain immediately goes to my senior year in college, my final semester, Act 4, The Deer Hunter comes out, like the Rebirth and Reprise album.
And they do Closing Time.
No. Thank God. But it was fall, and I remember the leaves and the weather, and I had my own little office because I was an intern in the College of Business. I had like a little intern scholarship, and I had my own office, and I was about to graduate, and I was about to get my first job out of college, and that album came out, and I just remember looping it.
Yeah.
And there was just such strong emotion, and that was such a transitional time in my life, and I knew it.
Yeah.
And it was also kind of my last bit of childhood.
Yeah.
And that there's a song, Waves and it was kind of one of the bigger songs on that album, but it's like there's just serious emotions tied there, and it's for some reason out of that album that's where all of them live. And it's like that's the song when I hear it that snaps me back to that office. I can picture how my desk was laid out, and that's one. But so like that album, but probably Waves, and I don't even know if it's one of my favorite songs, but it's one of my most emotional songs.
How it impacted you.
Yeah.
I'm very similar with The Hazards of Love by
Oh my God, yes.
And I know we've talked about this in depth.
It changed
before,
my life.
I looped the whole album at a very particular part of my life. And same thing when I can think about this little closet of an office I had when I was working as a photographer in a hospital. And I just was in basically a broom closet.
I'm sorry, that just reminded me when you dropped the flash on the paper.
I did. I dropped the flash on the baby. Dude, I fucking forgot.
Oh, this is one of my favorite things I've ever heard.
It was so...
And I can picture your horror.
A baby just hours old.
Bryn, that's how it was welcomed into the world.
And the thing is that mom probably tells that story.
Oh, I know.
And they'll have that forever. So you're welcome.
Oh, my God.
But in a similar vein, I think The Drowned by the...
Sorry.
The Drowned.
Oh, what a sad song.
By the Decemberists.
Wow, wow, wow.
Here's the thing.
Wow, wow. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I exactly do. I love the steel guitar.
Oh, me too.
I love the steel guitar.
Me too. It is an art, man.
And sure, maybe we're being a little affected by the fact that like where we come from, there's a lot of like country, especially growing up with 90s country that was so steel guitar heavy.
Wailing steel guitar, man.
But I love the steel guitar.
I do too.
And it's plopped in. That they have a little steel guitar solo.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
It's a little, look at you. Oh, and I got chills right now talking about it because it wails at the right moment.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with that album, but that song in particular, is I feel like there's an art to knowing how to manipulate the emotion of somebody who's listening to it, especially in a concept album. Yeah. When it's telling a tragedy. Story.
It is it's a traditional tragedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you haven't listened to The Hazards of Love, even if you're not a fan of the Decemberists, because I remember one time I was listening to the album with somebody who's not a huge great fan of the Decemberists, but it got to the part with the Queen of the Forest.
That is my favorite.
Oh God,
the I made of bones of the branches. Oh God,
I love Repaid. The last note she hits.
Have I told you? I might have said on the podcast before that that's my check.
Yeah.
And I've accepted at this point that I don't have the crystal clear, like she's got a husky voice, but I don't have mine is worse. It's raspier, and I don't have
she has such control.
I don't have the open, clear range and that higher end, and I never will. But every now and again, every year or so, I'll revisit it because I sing all the time, and I'm always at least just trying to practice because it's just skill.
Yeah.
Keep it sharp, and I'll check in, and I'm never going to hit it, but it's nice to know. It's nice to try.
It's nice to try.
Yeah,
it's fun
I can
to
do
try.
all of it except for the repaids at the end. That's the
like, yeah, you
that
feel like
is
your
just
throat's gonna bleed.
My God, all the windows explode.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay, God. I guess that's just 2.
I have one. Yeah. And this, again, is probably not one of my top 5, but it is one of my favorite songs. It's another Decemberist song.
Do it.
And it's because of the memory tied to it.
Oh, do it. What is it?
And it, I don't exactly know. So there's Crane 1 and 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Crane 3. It's the
super sad one.
She had no heart so hard. That one. Yeah. And I don't remember the words exactly because it's just like it's him. It's that moment. And so it was one of my first big purchases after I got my corporate job, and I had my apartment, and I was on my own for the very first time. And I dropped some money on like a serious turntable and speakers to set up my apartment. And I had my records that I'd kind of started collecting in high school. And with ordering my turntable and everything, I bought some records, and I bought The Crane Wife, which may be my favorite. That's hard to say. It's one of my favorite Decemberist records.
It gets hard with them because there's a lot to,
and everyone has a different tone.
Yeah.
It's totally different, but there's a warm tone to The Crane Wife. And it might be, it even down to the oatmeal color of the record itself with like the 2 little doll people on the front, And I just remember, and I was trying to figure this out, and I only ever had like crate record players. I never had a turntable, and it doesn't play its own sound. You got to hook it up through speakers. And I was trying to figure it out, and I was by myself, and it all came in. All the boxes came in on the same day.
Oh, shit.
And I got to my apartment, and sitting outside my apartment was my record player and my speakers and my records, and it was all there. And so I had my apartment had this big white open bookshelves, kind of like how your parents' house had, and the Forney house.
Yeah.
And I set it up, man. And I
remember.
I'd spent a lot of care in picking this turntable out because of the clarity and the sound. And I set it all up, and I couldn't get it to work. And it wasn't working. And I didn't have something, an input was not in the right input, or I had something fucked up. And then I just got it right. And then the stars aligned. And the sound came through the speakers right. And it was like I restarted it over. And then I heard that song come through the speakers for the first time. And through I don't know. I had this moment of I almost like sat back on my heels. And I was just so proud of myself.
Yeah.
It was just a moment of like, look what I've done.
By yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it with your new job.
With
in
my
your
money
new house.
and my new place that I graduated college. And I just had this moment of just like, I fucking did it.
And that's what music can do to, like, I think it's so much more than just like, oh, I heard a good song today. It just completely encapsulates an entire emotion, like a point that you're going through or whatever, or good time, bad time, whatever, dude. Okay. Going to Georgia by the Mountain Goats.
Okay.
I think it's just such a raw song. And it's one of those that, like, if you sing it, it's not perfect necessarily, but you can feel how much emotion is in the song. Especially because, to my knowledge, the guy who like wrote and sings the song, he has actually said that like he would prefer to like not experience that song anymore.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when an artist does that, and it's like, I understand. I was going through what I was going through, but it was such a rough piece of art for me to create.
Yeah. And then you have to relive it.
And then people, and it's a banger.
Yeah.
So like
people want it.
People cover it. And I think he's been like, that's chill. Just don't like send it to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just feels like raw emotion. And for no particular reason, I just like the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I've got one that you're gonna hate, but I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So there's a song called "Where Boys Fear to Tread," and it's off the second piece, the second CD of the Smashing Pumpkins.
I knew it was going to be Smashing Pumpkins. I knew it was going to be Smashing Pumpkins.
It's because I prefaced it with, you're going to fucking hate
You're
this.
going to fucking hate it.
But it's the first song of the second disc off of the Melancholy and Infinite Sadness CD set, or whatever. And the first CD is good. I like to listen to it. It's the one that's got 1979 on it, which is the one that, day, that one that everyone fucking knows. It's got some bangers. But then I remember just delivering pizza in my car that had an actual like iPod jack for the first time.
Oh yeah,
aux
cord.
Yeah, and I would play these out just in order. And when that song "Where Boys Fear to Tread" comes on, and it's just got this guitar, it sets the whole tone for like the second disc, which is one of my favorite like parts of it. I guess it's part of an album, even though it's still its own second
like
thing.
pieces.
Yeah.
You know?
So the second disc, all to me, is so like, I don't know, I just feel like I wore the wheels off of it.
Yeah.
And every time I hear a song, I'm back in my little car delivering pizzas, being so shitty at my job, but just having a time.
Having a time.
That's
the beauty of music.
Yeah, man.
You know, like it really does. I think I associate memories to it very strongly. And I sometimes I don't have the best memory.
Same.
I'm kind of and this is not like I'm a forward thinker. I'm not one, I'm really forgiving of myself. I don't live in the past. I don't. And because of that, I sometimes worry that I don't care to remember, because sometimes remembering takes thought, but at the same time, the memories that I do have that are the strongest have a crutch of music, like a little extra tie to because I think more often than not, I feel through emotion, or I remember through feelings and emotions than visualizing it. And that's just like kind of my way to get around it. That's how I remember very well.
I do the same thing with smell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you just smell something and you're like,
I'm a sensual rememberer.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sensual. All right, man.
All right. I have a new question. I got to count it. But it is...
Who did that one? Did we say who did that one?
That one was Samantha.
Samantha.
That was a good one.
Oh, are we a music podcast now?
Yeah. Yeah. Our wonderful and experienced opinions on music.
Yeah. You want to hear two ex-emo kids talk about fucking Black Parade forever?
All right. So this is a podcast specific one. This was sent in by Kel. What are your big dreams for the podcast? Oh. In this scenario, yes, anything is possible.
Oh, anything?
They did it there.
We're going to set up on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What are some big dreams that you have?
I would like to do little live show tours.
Yeah.
Not long ones, like I know myself. Mm-hmm. But maybe like little week or two, little like bursts through regions, like a European tour would be really, really cool.
Your face.
Traveling, associating the show and traveling and getting out again, which I know a lot of this is post-COVID.
Yeah.
The me of wanting to be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
That would be really neat.
Getting to meet everybody.
Yeah.
It sounds like such an experience because I don't know if I've ever like felt so connected to a group of people before, and it's really cool. And dude, sometimes we'll just be talking about things like on the live we did the other day. I mentioned I'm going to Chicago at the end of the month. And then people just started like popping in with like
suggestions.
I live near there or, whatever. And you have to remember like all over, man. And that blows me. And I think it blows me. You know what it is, bitch. I think one of my big dreams would be to like, I really at some point would like to get going with like a visual format.
Yeah, I think it would be neat.
And not just recording us, recording the podcast, but I mean like the little experience episodes.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to have someone like a small crew eventually. Like they can film it, and we'll just walk around, we'll get our auras read and
we're like the Try Guys, but for witchcraft. You remember the Try Guys?
Yeah. But yeah, I got big dreams, dude. And it extends. I'm kind of getting back the first year of WBAH. It was very, let's make the podcast work, but there were so many dreams.
Yes.
And I won't go into them, but they were just like, how can we branch out? How can we diversify what we're doing? And I would like to reclaim a little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're waking up again from survival mode.
Very much.
Yeah. I mean, and we've mentioned it before, 2020, we kind of made a deal of, we're just going to get through this year.
We're going to do it.
We're not going to burn ourselves out.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have to do, I don't want to say bare minimum, but like, we're going to have to go simple here.
We're going to have our
stick
topics.
To the routine. Yeah.
They're going to be, it's probably going to be a stone or an herb, because there's not a lot of room for error there.
Well, and it was difficult because my internet was so bad for a lot of the years. So we had to deal with lag and that kind of interrupted conversation. It wasn't the same.
And even after both being either because we had quarantined ourselves and then got together, or now we're fully vaccinated, like even now there's us doing episodes over the internet, you know what I mean? Whereas every single time it would be like we would come down here.
Which is a blessing, because I do feel like if we would have kept maintaining every single week recording in person 100 miles apart, we might have burned out.
Yeah.
You know, it is nice to have like the remote recording for when you need it.
When you need it, and it's definitely not something that I want to continue to do every time, for sure.
Yeah.
However, you know, with the full-time aspect, it opens a lot of doors.
I can roll up to your place
on a
Tuesday, man.
Why did we both say Tuesday?
Because Tuesday is like, to me, the most like
work day.
Yeah. And
it's not Wednesday, because Wednesday you at least get to say you're halfway through.
Yeah. Like Tuesday is like, oh, you're in it.
You're in it.
And and there's no traffic because I can like leave my house at like 10 a.m., dude. I'm not going to run into anybody. It's great.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. Like when we did filmed at Antioch and we did the first Ghost Antagonizers video, I drove out there and I left my house at like 1.
Yeah.
And nobody was on the road. Yeah. And when I was having to leave at 5 and hit fucking Grand Prairie in Arlington at motherfucking rush hour.
Yeah, man.
And it was always torrential downpour raining every time.
That was weird.
Oh, and I would get to your house just knotted up and sweating.
You would immediately run to the bathroom.
I did this.
I need the toilet.
I need the toilet. Oh, bringing them back. Bringing back the goodies.
For the 3-year episode.
3-year episode.
What else can we do?
Let me roll. Oh, this is an interesting one. All right. This was by Meg. Please talk about your transition into podcasting full time. You are both such an inspiration to following your calling into a place where you can make a career out of it. I think lots of people would find that very interesting, me included. How'd you know the time was right? How could you tell? Did you set out to do this intentionally? And when did you realize you could do it? What are some things that led to your success?
This is definitely going to be more intense on Macy's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you went from a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday type job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I was already sort of working for myself, like doing my own thing. Yeah. You know, I was scamming, basically. I was hustling. Yeah, tell your tale.
Really, it's weird, and I'm coming out of it now. But I realized, and this is not to sound ungrateful, I think it's just because I went from being about as stressed to the limit as you could be with a job. And knowing that all of my strings were slipping through my fingers and I was not able to keep up with it anymore. Like I was slipping, you know, and I knew that. And so I was getting exhausted and burned out. And I went from that to being free. And I kind of slipped into like a 2-week semi-shock depression.
Yeah.
And not in like a bad way. Yeah. It's just, I almost had to just emotionally recover.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no way.
And I went into shock. Like I did it. I kind of, and it was a good thing. But those first couple of weeks were just I didn't do much. And I was kind of also dazed into thinking that this was going to end. And also trying to feel worthy of this. And I'm not usually that bad about that kind of thinking, but this really was, because it was the thing in the world truly I most wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad. I had wanted it for years. Once we started, and we'll get to, I guess, as to when, we kind of knew that might be possible. Once I started realizing that it was almost a dream still too far away, but coming from a family of entrepreneurs, it's like all I ever, both of my parents, it's like, I wanted it so bad. And then just leaving the stressful thing that was to being now. I feel like now I've found my groove. I'm reconnecting spiritually in ways I didn't realize I'd even disconnected, because I was having to be so deep in the physical just to keep my fucking shit together and, do a job that was honestly, I could do it. I was analytical enough to do it, but it took all of me
the thing
to
is,
do it.
It's not just the job, because you've got a house to do so, and then you've got, your fucking aquaponics systems and you animals and the podcast. And it's like, you're still trying to live the life of somebody with one job, but essentially having two jobs.
And having two.
And I would
fucking much.
Yeah.
It was too much. And I am not one to be overworked.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to myself. I take very good care of myself and I don't like to run myself ragged.
Yeah.
And I was being forced to run myself ragged and it was just getting worse and worse. And I was getting kind of negative and grumpy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it shows. I listened back to an episode the other day, kind of in that time, and I just felt very sharp, just kind of quippy. I just feel so much more relaxed.
Really, yeah. And I sort of to that on my end, I'm realizing there's ways that we work together that are very cohesive, I guess, in that before the podcast was like my main, whatever, I was doing, I have a hard time, and I know this is going to sound extremely privileged, and it is, but like I have a hard time having a boss that's not me. Like May said, we come from a line of people who do their own thing and make careers out of it in some way or another, or at least have a pretty hefty, like a freelance gig,
side gig,
stuff like that. So we're raised sort of with this idea of find something and do it, and we're also very stubborn people, I think.
Oh God.
So it's hard to have someone micromanage.
Yeah.
So I was already doing things wherein I could set my own schedule.
Yeah.
And I could work when I, go where I wanted to that day and do the things and work with the people that I wanted to and stuff like that. And for me, somebody who struggles quite a bit with my mental health, that can be very detrimental.
Yeah.
To set your own hours, because you're never truly on and you're never truly off.
Yeah.
The
it has really been difficult to get into a routine.
A groove. And you have helped me tremendously in that, actually. And that's something that I think, even though for about a year, I was not really doing any of the things that I was doing. I was just kind of doing the podcast. I would off and on, depending on how much money we were going to need that month,
right.
And how much I had that luxury of how much work I wanted to put into other things. However, I was full time a bit before you. You know what I mean? I never felt like the full time was complete and real until you were also here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, I'm going to come out of my 6-month-long shock depression. And now we both actually, we have monthly meetings.
We're in it. Yeah. One, we both now completely and wholeheartedly depend on each other.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of trust that goes into that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like all right, here we go. Let's do it.
And that'll get you off your ass, dude.
It does.
Yeah. In the best way.
Yeah.
However, going back to the part about, was this the plan or when did you think this would happen? I never at any point really thought when we were starting this.
No, not when we were starting.
No, when we were first starting, when it was between me and you or Mark going back and forth, we're like, maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do this. Even into the podcast kind of taking off, I was like, what a cool side gig.
Yeah. For a very long time.
For a very long time.
This is incredibly helpful.
The intention was never, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Until we kind of were like, what if this is what we do?
Yeah. It just kept growing.
Yeah.
And
not just the podcast, again, more of those avenues that we can spread down or whatever. But
it's just, I don't know, opportunities kept presenting themselves. And it was just kind of like okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and Spirit was reaching out like crazy.
Yeah.
I remember you were doing rune readings about the podcast, and you would write me, you'd be like, I did another reading, and it was very positive. It was like, okay, look, you need to go, and you need to do it quick.
Yeah.
But do it. And that's kind of how, it's reflected what I just said about you kind of helping, like, get it, like, doing the schedule, and now it feels real.
Yeah.
It was sort of like, you're the driving force behind that, I feel, in a lot of ways, because I remember we would go back and forth with ideas all fucking day long.
So, yeah, and neither of us put them on paper.
Yeah. Right? But together, I feel like we were like, okay, and I feel like we keep the wheels chugging, you know?
Yeah, and one thing about WBAH that I think is very important, if you want to peek behind the curtain, it's not run like a traditional business. Like things, we take a very long time to sometimes get back.
Yeah.
And it's not to be a dick. It's just like we care about
what to do.
Trying. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Is like just the fact I get so nervous answering emails because I don't want to disappoint who I'm answering into like thinking that we don't care that we got it, because I'm so bad at conveying emotion. And receiving it. And so it's like things like that. But it's like sometimes we have to work ourselves up, and we have to like get ourselves brave enough to like, do things like that. And it's just, we're not gonna, I don't want to force any communication. And I don't want to do like canned
that's what I mean responses.
And I don't want to, be like in a mood to where I feel like I'm freaked out one day and can't communicate and try to write emails off to. And it's like, I really appreciate that, and I'm going to respond as best as I can.
We have the freedom to kind of do what we are amped to do that day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up and you go, I'm going to answer 45 emails.
And like if people have I feel like, well, right. And there's some that have just been missed forever. And for that, I'm so sorry. But they'll write, and then I'll hit them back like 15 days later because 2 weeks will blip by and somehow. And I've not, and then I'll wake up and it'll be like 6 a.m. and I'll fucking do emails till noon and I'll just want to. And no one's been a cock about it. No one. Everyone, I feel like so often we're both like, I'm so sorry it took so long to get back, you know, and then we'll talk, or whatever. And every single time they're like, no worries, dude. You got shit going on. And, it's to me, as far as future hopes, I think another future hope would be expanding the crew, the WBAH crew. Yeah. I think a manager or some kind of down the road, a booking agent or something like that, somebody to be like, okay, girls, you need to do this here, and somebody a little more organized and a little more what's the word, experienced in this realm. Because that's one thing, there's a lot of avenues I would like to, like publishing and things like that I don't know dick about. I don't know shit about it. I know nothing. And so I think we just need to eventually we'll have to be people we trust, and advisors. All right, let me roll. Let's roll for next question, next song. All right, let me find it. This is a fun one. This is sent in by Ye. Shout out to Ye. Mod. Mod. Ooh, cut that out. What is the best memory we all have while recording an episode? Okay. All right. This is not going to be a singular answer. No, dude. I think to answer all encompassing, it would just be the little silly. Yeah. The sillies. You get the sillies a little bit. Yeah. Like the Elang Elang episode. Yeah. Elang Elang and Osiris episode. I love that episode. I love that episode. I remember recording that episode. It was ridiculous. I remember almost everything about it. Yeah. I also just like little things that, little things we say that it took me a long time to realize that we just say shit sometimes. Yeah. And neither of us might not acknowledge it, but listening back to it, kind of like when you said, what is it? Oh God, I love having thick legs. Just our inward thoughts becoming outward. Yeah. And I guess we have always done that, but we've just never really recorded it before. We're a loud family. Yeah. We just say. Yeah. It's like whoever's yelling the loudest is correct, I really enjoyed it. This is a very love-hate answer. Okay. I think I know what you're going to say. The Magnolia. Oh. I hated every second of most seconds of being there. Okay. It's a nice place. I don't want you to think that it's not a nice place to stay. Yeah. It is. If you're into ghosties. It's full of ghosts. Oh, boy. And But at the same time, that felt so cool. Being one of the first people in there, you know, like it just felt like, man, we've made it.
It really did. And the fact that we had to drive there, like we took a road trip to get there, and we settled in and we set up our equipment, you know, and I think we did really actual investigative type stuff.
Yeah.
Because we
leaving the camera roll or the audio recorders rolling all night long, and catching a fucking dinner party, essentially.
What in the hell?
God damn it. I won't listen to that. I don't like to listen to it because it's too entirely, and I remember hearing it.
Yeah.
When I was I didn't sleep. I laid in bed with the lights on underneath the covers all goddamn night long.
The door was open to our room.
I know.
We could see you.
Didn't matter.
If you want to hear that, though, that is on our Patreon. And it'll probably be from what was 2018?
2018 or 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
But we compiled some of the evidence. We got photos with shit in it.
Yeah. That place was tough.
Doors opening and closing all night.
Footsteps?
All night.
Fucking boots?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember like glasses
clinking. Yeah, you can like hear and it's very faint, but it
the
just
boot steps and shit aren't though. Like there's some stuff that just sounds like someone unleashed a buffalo.
Yeah. And there is one point, and I remember clarifying it when I was typing it up. I was saying, okay, at this time marker, you're going to hear a door. That was me because I went up and got to the bathroom, you know, and we marked when was us. However, there's a distinct, when it was me, you hear me go, and you can hear me shuffling, and then the door very faintly. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doors were slamming.
Yeah. Like people were just moving.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got to put that on my list of favorite things as well. Not only because it was a good time, like we stopped and ate at the grist mill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a fun time in general.
It was memorable.
It was memorable. We actually caught a fuck pile of evidence.
And experienced a lot. Remember the candle being on?
The candle was on in the morning. Weird little things, and also some of my favorite Macyisms ever.
I was not happy.
I know.
For a lot of that night. And
we tried to sneak off to the bedroom.
You saw my soul. You saw the darkest, most hate-filled part of my soul. Then.
And through one eye wrapped in a blanket. Yeah.
I just turned into the crone.
Yeah.
The fucking death crone.
Which we have a picture of, again, on the Patreon, if you want to see Macy in that state.
Maybe we should post that one full out.
Yeah.
People can just... They'll know what I went through.
Hopefully they'll
see the emotion.
Know. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you have to be empathic to get it from that picture. You can, and my eyebrows somehow something's wrong.
Something is not right with your face.
They're like bent upwards. It's so weird. I'm
almost
so
like,
mad.
You know when you look at someone's face upside down?
Yeah.
It's kind of right, but not.
Yeah.
That's sort of what it looks like.
It's just like the anger contorted my features. Yeah. Different.
Yeah. I also think that one of my favorite memories has to be one of those early first episodes where we don't know what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But I can visualize it so well back here still, just sitting and having the incense going. And that was back when we were like, let's do a meditation before every episode.
Yeah, that was a failure. That was a dismal failure.
God, and I love the spooky-sodes early before COVID when we would get together to record them for video. Like when we dressed up for Halloween, man. Yeah, that was a good time.
I'm ready to get back into that. Yeah.
Those are my favorite moments.
I was just scrolling, counting down to the new one, and I just have to touch on it. So Bree asked, when y'all reference, it's like blank goddamn dicks. Or are y'all referencing George Washington has 30 goddamn dicks? Yes, we are.
That motherfucker had like 30 goddamn dicks.
6'8", fucking killing for fun.
That also, speaking of memories, and I've told this story before, so I'll be brief, but that is one of my favorite Macy memories. There's two that I have of you being a very innocent child.
Oh.
And I remember one time it was the Washington video, and it got to the very first part where it's like, Washington, something. Was it fucking killing for fun?
I don't remember how it started. I used to know every word.
6'11".
I don't remember how it starts out.
But it got to the first F-bomb. And when it dropped the first F-bomb, I remember you just went wide-eyed.
I didn't start swearing actively and with like actual conviction, like without feeling lame until I was in college.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. I didn't cuss that much in high school.
Yeah, I didn't hardly. And if I did, it was forced and it didn't work.
I feel like I did a lot of that really tired, annoying type of cussing where it's like, not even like that,
but
I
didn't
mean like
drop the F-bomb for casually. I would say ass and bitch.
I would say
and
things like
shit, maybe.
You fuckity fuck. You know when people do that and it's like, it's like over swearing for the sake of over swearing. I feel like I would do that, but making it a part of my everyday vernacular was I was in my 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Makes it classy somehow.
Question/topic idea. Do you think maybe you'll start a series on types of magic, like elemental, shadow, lunar, deities, and such? I love you girls.
Oh.
And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Love you too. Who did this one?
Liz.
Love you too, Liz.
That's cool.
That's cool. Short answer, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because we already have it in the pipeline that we want to explore deeper things like that. Mm-hmm. I personally would like to have someone who is, I don't want to say an expert because I don't believe in that, but somebody who maybe that's their jam. Yeah. They're very well read on that type of magic. Maybe they can come and have a guest spot and we can ask them all kinds of questions about it. Because when you're talking about different types of magic, it's so big.
Yeah.
It's so broad and I would hate to leave something out or give the wrong impression.
We're almost destined for failure from the get-go.
I mean,
because that's the thing, especially in touching on things like big things like that, I just, you're not going to be able to cover, it's difficult.
I could give you the basics. Yeah. We could do Chaos Magic 101 and we could talk about basics as long as we prefaced it with these are the basics. This is the stuff that, because I'm not a practitioner, I'm
that's
not very...
the thing. I just feel like we're still going to get emails that are like, you left out the most important part.
You forgot to mention this. So I think that I would really like to talk to people who are more educated than we are. And to kind of not only educate the listeners, but us too. Yeah. I think that would be really cool.
And this is kind of us, like we talked about, just learning from our own experience, sometimes it's just better to let better people than you cover a topic.
Yeah.
And
because I'll tell you about Whorehound or whatever all day. I think, you did Whorehound, but we can talk about that all day because that's information that's easily found.
Yeah. But
I say easily, but I'm not trying to downgrade how much research we do.
Yeah. But for instance, talking about something like the Druids.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm not.
Well, there's whole college courses.
So it's that's just not something that I would want to cover on my own. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Especially things tying deep roots to cultures.
Yeah.
Of all different kinds.
Yeah.
It's difficult. And that's just something that kind of we've learned in doing this is that it's sometimes topics are better left to someone who knows what information to present in a small window of time.
Yeah. Because it's when you give somebody a whole novel and you say, give me the most important parts of this.
Yeah, I don't know what the most important
shit.
To me, it's not personal. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So, yeah, man, look forward to that because I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I like the interviews. I want to do more interviews.
Yeah. And, I'd be definitely open to talking about my experience. If I read a book on, right now, I'm still reading this book because I've taken a very long break from it. And I feel like it's been a year since I've mentioned this. Mm-hmm. But I'm picking up and I'm going to finish the book Backwoods Witchcraft, all about the Appalachian, conjure magic and stuff that happened, there. I'll talk about my experience reading that book, and be like, oh, in this book they say this, and then, here they say this. But to give we don't want somebody to be like, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to get into chaos magic. I'm going to listen to this episode that they do.
Yeah.
And then that's the gospel that they use.
I don't want that to be your foundation.
Yeah. So I think we'll come at that in a more serious manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, dudes, you guys... I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool if hey, if you just felt like it, if you felt like if you were born and raised and I'm going to keep using this as my example, but if you were born and raised in chaos magic, just because I'm really just curious about chaos magic. If you were like born and raised in it and you've like written the book on it and you want to shoot us an email and say, hey, I think that I'd be a really good person for this, you just, feel free.
This is a fun one.
Yay.
This is a light, fun one. And we've talked about a lot of these, but I bet we can dig up some new ones.
Okay.
Favorite childhood memories together.
Okay. I want to talk about the first time I ever held you.
Oh, that's weird.
I held you in my arms. You were but a baby. And it was at the apartment that we were living in. And I held you in my arms.
You started the tradition of holding me in every picture, even when I'm essentially
We're going to have to start doing that now. We need to start doing where I'm just aggressively headlocking you in all the photos. But I remember I was sat down in a chair and all the grandmas, all the grown-ups were like, don't let this fucking 5-year-old drop the baby. So they had me basically laying down and they just like sort of placed you on me. And I remember just being like, it's gonna cry.
That's how I feel anytime I'm near a baby.
Well, and guess what you started to do?
I screamed.
Yeah. And I think you are the sole reason I'm terrified of babies.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was a very intense baby.
Well, I remember as they were handing you over, I remember just being like, I don't want.
Also me, near any baby. Terrifies me. I don't want to hold this breakable human being that if I drop, I ruin. No, thank you.
Yeah. And then everyone's mad at you.
Yeah, it's like I from the get-go, I just want you to know, I don't want this.
Yeah. I'm rejecting this. You're choosing to put this child in my hands. I also love the silly moments that we've had in a way that you and I can be silly together. That I feel like there's not really others that I can be silly like that.
Yeah.
Because me and your brother, we have our own version of silly that I feel like we can do. And I point that out because I feel like I was raised super close with you guys, like, and of course not as close as an actual sibling, but I was here a lot. And I don't want you guys to forget that. Like, I feel like we truly have grown up a lot together. And just the stupid shit, like when we were laying in your bed making the voice of the guy.
I'll eat the back of your head, guy. Yeah, fold me
for
up,
no reason. Yeah, we started doing this silly voice.
We had
a voice
changer. Yeah.
And I think we've probably already told this, but we just started saying funny shit through it that we thought was hilarious. And it was just like, my name is so, and you can fold me up and put me in your pocket.
When I got hungry, I would eat the back of your head.
Yeah.
It's a real creepy character, but we thought it was hilarious.
It's Jim.
It's pretty much his Jim. He just gives a little num 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 right on the back of your head whenever he gets hungry.
First sighting of Jim. Wow.
Yep.
But like I don't know if I have any one specific favorite thing.
Difficult.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
But I think the overarching comfortability that we've had.
Yeah, always. I do like how, and it was a perfect. I don't even really remember the cause. It was probably one of the music videos going on in the beach house. I think we were one of the many times this past Galveston trip, we were watching the music video channel from the 80s. And there was at one point, you and I, there were conversations going on everywhere. And you and I were really keeping up with this strange storyline going on. And then at one point, you and I just like flicked our eyes at each other and asked the same question telepathically. And just lost it. And like Hunter and Clark looked over and I was like, we're having a conversation without words.
And the amount of times that we do that and have done that, I feel like we can have a nod of the head conversation at any given time. And there's no question that I'm like, yeah, she got what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm trying to think of a singular.
I know it's really there's so fucking many.
There is one that I know for a fact we've talked about, but it's when me and you devoured the whole season 4 Friends and just ate snacks all day.
It's a good memory.
There's the beef stroganoff memory when you were very convinced that was a fancy Russian dish.
I have a lot of mine are just at the Forney house. I really liked those like little weekends or whatever going over there. Because to us too, it felt like going to the city.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that the other day. We'd go to the mall a lot in Mesquite, the Townies Mall. And for me, that was like, whatever, because we'd go sometimes.
Normal for you. Yeah.
But I forget, I was like, man, I forget that was like a thing. Because like, y'all would come over and y'all be like, can we go to the mall?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the Hot Topic.
Town East was like a big mall because there was the mall in Tyler, but it wasn't Town East.
Town East is, I feel like it's a good size
mall. Of course, then you can get into like further into Dallas and you have like the Galleria, but regionally, like
Galleria,
close to
diarrhea.
That was close, and so it was just always like the place. For us, we were excited about it.
Oh, I know a recent memory is when we shot the Screaming Bridge footage and we went to get those shakes.
Oh my God.
We were so silly.
So delirious.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes were dry because I was wearing that 4-year-old eyeliner that I didn't throw away until a year later.
We're just giggling.
Gaggling. This was sent in by Emily. If you could pack your bags and leave right now.
Oh.
All expenses paid.
Yes, please.
To anywhere in the world.
Yes, please.
To spend time in any spiritual, witchy, or otherwise location. Where would you go and why? I have a few.
I got a few. The first one was probably Iceland. I really, 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 really would like to go. And I feel like there's a lot of places that would be very... And I mean, I hate to sound like a filthy tourist, you know, and I'm like, I want to drive the ring road,
Yeah.
But I would.
Yeah.
And, they have companies over there where you just rent a van and it's got like a bed. They've like retrofitted it to be like a bed,
like a
little stove,
camper van kind of thing.
And you can just drive and stay. They've got parks that you just pull over and you just stay at, and you can just go look at the most beautiful sights. Black beaches. If you put me on a black beach, I would cry. I would cry and have an experience, an emotional, spiritual experience.
There you go. That's what it's for. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I would like to disappear for a week or two alone in Redwood Forest, in a Redwood like National Forest, like off the beaten path.
You'll die.
I won't die.
Let's assume that you have everything you need.
No, I mean like a cabin in the woods. Like this is ideal.
Okay.
I mean,
stocked with treats.
Yeah, and I could probably live out there for a few days just with provisions and whatnot. If I had like a tent, and I could manage, I could do that. But that would be intense. I would meet Sasquatch. I know it. He would
have dinner with him.
I would. We would have some wine and cheese, and he'd tell me all the mysteries of the universe.
Oh, he'd have one glass too many wine, and he'd start slipping out and telling you.
He'd start like telling me about how the whole interdimensional thing works. And he's not supposed to do that. That's under wraps.
Like, listen here. Listen, I'm not supposed to say this, but
yeah. Also, same exact thing, but maybe throw in ayahuasca in the Amazon.
Casual. Some casual ayahuasca. I would like to... Now, this is something that I have already done, but I would like to return and do it again. There was one morning when we went to Japan where we stayed in a little... excuse my pronunciation, but a ryokan, which is basically like a bed and breakfast.
That was so fucking cool.
Dude.
That's like the part of your trip that I was the most envious about, because the city, honestly, some of the city stuff stressed me out because the people, how many people, not the people, but like just the sheer population.
Yeah.
I'm itchy around 3 people, so that was, but it was beautiful.
There are a lot of people,
but it's clean.
It's so clean, and there's like little parks every once in a while, so you get some like nature. But anyway, we went and stayed at this place, and they had hot springs, like natural from Mount Fuji, natural hot springs. And there was one morning I got up early, or I guess it was just the morning, but I got up early, and our room had a private little tub out, and that just constantly had this hot spring water flowing through it, and it was outside, and it was like on the side of a mountain.
I remember you sending me those pictures,
and I remember I went out there and I just sat in this tub, and it was like 6 a.m, which is early for me.
Very.
And I was by myself. I was just alone, and I sat in this hot ass water, and I just kind of looked around me, and I just like thought it was when you're forced into a meditative state.
Yes.
Because of the location.
So you can't help but fall into one.
Yeah. Something, it's just that buzz. It's that like, almost that feeling of I'm not in the same world that I was just in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I feel like I slipped into some other dimension. But I would love to do that again because that's top 3 memories of my whole life. And now having like the spiritual shit to back it up.
It sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that you have that experience. I did not live it, of course, but I think about it.
I sent enough Marco Polos to choke a donkey.
Like I do think about it like a lot, like just how like into that I was, you know, I was like, damn, man.
It was just like, it was kind of misty, you know?
Yeah. All right.
I mean, but I also just want to go for a sweet ass vacation in the Maldives.
Dude, those look so beautiful.
I know, I can't stand it.
So good.
You know how some people like look at pictures of puppies when they're stressed out?
Yes.
Or like other little comforting. That's my like stress out thing is I'll just go and like I'll put a YouTube video of somebody who stayed at one and I'll put it on mute and I'll just watch them like fly a drone around, you know?
Oh.
It's weird.
This is interesting. Okay. This is era. Over the past horrific year of COVID, have you seen your practice change to reflect the way the world is now or not? If so, how has it changed? And do you think it's something that you'll keep?
I've had something born of 2020 and I haven't quite gotten to experience it yet, but I think I will. I was always like, wanting to go to like Hearth Wisdom Store, they'll have like dates where you can go and they have classes.
Yeah.
Or they'll have like their Beltane celebration.
Kind of community. Yeah.
You know, and I always planned on doing it, but never did.
Yeah.
But then when that opportunity is taken away from you.
Yeah.
Now I think that's something that I would like to participate in. And I feel very much like it will stick around.
Yeah. I think it changes your appreciation of things, you know, and I'm the same way, especially as like a fucking hermit, you know, like it did make me realize like it's nice to be able to be around human beings.
Yeah.
You know?
Every once and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Seldomly.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We just, you know, you want what you can't have. And when you can't have it, you're like, well, fucking A. Yeah.
And I know right before COVID hit, I you know, both of us actually had gone to several like social gatherings of witches. You know, and I thought that was quite nice. And then it's taken away. Another thing is I noticed that I did more, God, what's the word? Small witchcraft.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not that I kept it going more often because I was in my house all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So it's like I'd wake up and I kind of had a schedule set of it. Like I would light my candle, I would do some cards, or, you know, I'd do these. So I kind of worked more daily shit in. And I've noticed that very much has stuck around.
Yeah.
And little things like, you know what? I'm going to put my my self-confidence oil that I made, I'm going to put that in my shampoo. So every time I shampoo, you know, and just kind of spreading it out.
See, it's weird. I disconnected quite severely in 2020.
Sometimes it's necessary. There's nothing wrong with it. You know?
I did. Like I had to shut down my emotional centers several times during that year.
You need to go get your heart opened again.
Yeah. Good luck. But at the same time, I feel like I grew much more sensitive in the past year. Just sensitive in general to like emotions and anger and things like that, and spell work in general and compassion, you know, just being more sensitive to people in general and just trying to understand that and work through that. Like that was something that I feel like after 2020, I don't know, I feel like I focused on trying to just feel more, allowing myself to feel while at the same time taking it in small bites. Because I did, you know, and depending on the times of year, like when it rained, it fucking poured. You know, like when everything was really bad, isolation was at a peak, like fucking horrible goddamn things were happening every fucking day in the news that were just fucking unjust. And then Jorah died. And then, you know, and it was just like one after the other. And I did not have a routine. Yeah. Like I really kind of came off. But at the same time, I felt a lot. Yeah. And I felt more than I let myself feel usually. And it knocked me on my ass. But coming out of that, I've really just tried to keep part of that open and just be okay with that emotional feeling, and letting it, instead of just closing it off and, not dealing with that today kind of
gross
thing,
feelings.
Yeah.
You said compassion, and I feel like that's something that I've probably had a boost. Not that I was never not compassionate.
Unintentionally. Not compassionate.
It's just because you would get to where you would just hear, and of course us probably more than a lot of people, because people are very much, they're actively writing in, or we're a part of the Facebook where we see it where other people might not see it, like they would just say the ways that they had been affected, and whether it be by COVID or by the winter storm that we went through, or just general, like, hey, my depression's super bad right now because of all the isolation, and it when you start to see the world through other people's eyes like that, it's an exercise in empathy.
Well, and like,
which is the title of a very spooky no sleep story I listened to on the way up.
Exercise in empathy.
Yeah. Okay.
In 2022, and this is not to say that this is the first year that this has been happening, but 2020 was kind of like for lack of a better word, like a woke year. I think
a lot of people were exposed to things that they had not yet been exposed to.
Yeah, or had not looked at in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And myself included. Yeah. And that really, in a lot of different ways. And so that it was a year of learning. That's changed a lot of how I do things and things that I say and kind of how I go into things now, and it was ignorance, and a lot of that. And so that's kind of going into that compassion thing, like being a bit more mindful and trying, things like that came from 2020, because it was a year of like, all right, we can't do anything and all this bullshit's happening. We're going to fucking learn this year. Yeah. And that's really how it felt, especially summer of like, of 20, that was just a peak time of just bullshit going on, just absolute horror. And I feel like that was, and it was at the same time, like, very memorable. Like, I just remember the conversation and like just the thoughts and the ideas and everything going around, and just like, I do remember having a few mornings of just sitting and realizing how oblivious I was to so much. And coming to realization with that and coming to terms with that.
A big check your privilege
big
moment.
Time. Yeah. And that came to me in 2020. And I think that's great. I needed it. Yeah. But it's staying, of course. I was like, say, that's something but it's changed a lot. And everything, even, in the show, and trying to do things better and do things right. And I'm glad for it. Granted, I wish it could have come through in a much, less fucking horrible.
It's not ideal how it happened, but if you have to really squint. At least there's going to be things that come from it. I personally, and this is on a different note entirely, but I'm excited for mask wearing to become normalized.
I think I really do. There's
so many countries that, like, if and the thing is, it's a non-selfish attitude. And I don't mean everyone wear a mask every time you go outside. That's not what I'm saying.
No, but if you're feeling bad,
if you're feeling sick, slap a mask on.
Throw a mask on.
And it's just such a selfless, thing to go out, being sick. It's
America is a real me and mine,
of course,
place.
Yeah. But the thing is, COVID has made a lot of people think about not just, oh man, I'm a little sick today. It might be a real light case of the flu, right?
Yeah.
It's still the flu virus.
Yeah.
Which means you get on that train and you're like, I'm not a pussy. I'm going to work.
You can still kill someone's grandma.
Someone's grandma is going to innocently pass you, and you're going to cough in her face, and she might fucking die.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I'm just really excited for winter time to come around and people to just be like, I don't feel good, I'm going to wear a mask.
And some will.
Yeah.
Some will do that.
Well, some didn't. Some don't right now still.
Yeah. Some never did, unfortunately.
But hopefully it can help to, I don't know, just make people think a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I became overall more thoughtful.
Yeah.
Last year. I kind of turned inward, and I did a lot of looking at myself.
Yeah.
In 2020.
Yeah.
I hit a low in 2020. I hit a mental low in 2020.
I think the world sorted it in a lot of ways, you know, and it's like everyone kind of hit that I don't want to say rock bottom because it can always be worse, but
you spend enough time with yourself in a situation that you have zero control, like no control over. We were all just along for the ride.
Yeah, we're here.
And I don't know. I never got super critical or anything like that, but I did take a big long look at, my flaws. And I think it's made me more conscious and just trying to be better, and I know that that's not perfect. And you can't be perfect. Yeah. And you're going to fuck up.
As long as you're trying to strive to be better.
Just trying to be more aware as to my impact in the world.
There's never a finish line that you cross.
No.
It's like laundry. There's always going to be more.
There's always going to be more. Yeah.
2020 for me, it was a real kind of you get what you ask for, be careful what you wish for situation, because my go-to move is isolation. My go-to move is stay at home. Don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Fucking forget that people exist.
In that aspect, I was fine.
See,
I missed you. That was difficult.
There was a very small amount of people that I truly, truly missed. Yeah. But I mean, with that physical isolation came a lot of mental isolation. And I also hit a point that I'm still struggling to like kind of clamber out of I don't know if mental isolation makes sense, but just sort of being in your own little place.
I know what you mean. You almost forget that you can see people again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when that's your go-to move, when like that's your move that makes you go, oh shit, I'm doing the thing again. I need to get help. It can weigh you down a lot.
Yeah.
So it in a lot of ways, it made me think like, okay, so this is that thing you always wanted to do. You wanted to just stay home and never see anybody. You got that, dude. And it wasn't super chill. So, bright side, silver lining, 2020.
I learned a lot of homesteading.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and that's one thing. People learn skills.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like people, started gardening or sewing or fucking needlepoint or sourdough.
Sourdough was a big one.
Reading.
Even just like home, keeping up your home.
Yeah,
making that more of a spiritual place for you.
Yeah.
And your safe space and like your home, man.
Yeah.
That's where you live.
So, I mean, I do think that I'm glad that working from home is
Can we talk about
fucking
that?
Work from home? It's fine. I had the opportunity, the privilege to be able to do that throughout 2020. And it was fine.
I think that the work mentality, especially here, and I know like in America, it's such a problem. Fucking the 5-hour work week or the 5-day work week is a scam.
And you better not fucking call in.
It's a fucking
because
scam.
if you call in, you're going to make your team
sick.
members hurt.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I remember one time when I was working at a certain big box makeup store. You all know the one. I called in and I was having a gastro, some kind of thing. Okay, this is gross and I don't know all the terms, but the flap that keeps
Epiglottis.
What's that?
It's the flap that keeps your windpipe covered when you swallow.
Whoa.
It's one of my favorite words.
Epiglottis?
Yeah.
Okay. There's some like
so.
it doesn't close all the way. Like and it was like open.
Oh.
Like it wasn't doing its shit right. But the thing is it made me feel like it was my heart.
Oh.
So I remember I was seriously contemplating going to the ER and I called into work and I was like, I think I'm going to have to go to the ER. Something is wrong with me. I remember the first thing this bitch says to me on the phone, she's like, well, if you skip a day, you're going to have to come in and have an evaluation done. And it's fuck off. I went into work that day.
That is why people right now, that's why there's hiring signs all over the place. And people after getting a taste of like
how little you mean.
Yeah. It's like, they're just like, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really, I think it's changed a lot, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, y'all are essential. I don't know if you knew that, but that we've just treated like garbage. Y'all are so essential. Mm-hmm. I just think people really like it made a big difference this year. There was a real like, okay, so that's how it fucking is.
Yeah. Especially in the realm of healthcare.
Yeah.
Because I feel like healthcare workers, I mean, it's like, how about you work an 18-hour shift, go home to sleep for 4 hours, and then you fucking come back. But now it's like, these heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
And it's like, suddenly they're like, and it's like, dude, these people were saving your life before this.
Yeah.
Like, how about you send them a pizza, dude?
Yeah. It was just, I don't know, a year of awareness.
Yeah.
That's what I consider 2020 to be. A year, hopefully, a year of awareness. Hopefully. If it was not a year of awareness for you.
If it was more of a year of agitation for you.
Resistance.
That's the term.
So in some ways, I'm glad for 2020. I hate that so many people died.
Yeah.
And so many did not need to die.
Unnecessary. And that's, please, let's make that clear. That's not what we're saying. We're not sitting here going, 2020 was actually great.
But if you want to peel back the layers of filth and horror,
silver lining.
There are pockets in there of like, well, I guess at least this happened.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and usually most of those are barbed answers of like it being born out of bullshit.
Jesus.
But you know, there's that.
Oh man, wow, we went off on one.
Yeah. Oh, this was sent by Lauren.
Oh, Lauren.
What has been your favorite aspect of your journey as a witch? Favorite thing you've learned about your practice / yourselves?
I am always going to struggle to not answer this with the whole like Mama Many.
Yeah, sure.
Aspect of it.
Well, and tracing that back to like Appalachia and like the roots and kind of finding our place, you know,
and finding the thing that like has been passed down.
Yeah.
And finding that we actually do have a little bit more of a background, I guess.
Yeah.
Because when we first started this, we were like, we don't come from a line of witches.
Yeah.
And then you do a little bit of research and you're like, question mark.
Yeah.
You know? And then to hear from other people who have listened to the Mama Mini story and they were like, hey, I think that verse might have been Ezekiel.
Yeah, same lore.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like same thing, like
passed
same
down.
alternating, like father, son, you know, same thing.
And to jump into that has been fascinating.
Very validating.
Yeah. It makes you feel sort of like, okay, I'm not starting from scratch.
Yeah.
There's a little something here, and it's really, for me, it's put me in a really good contact with spirit and with ancestor and stuff. I feel like there's lessons there to be learned, and that they want to give it to me, and not just like all of my ancestors were like these fucking witch burning ass fucking Anglin ass, you know. So it's, you know, it's cool.
I just like, it's made me overall, especially when in times when I'm very in my craft and not leaning towards, I don't do well in the physical world. You know, I think I am by nature, while being very practical, I am a creature of whimsy. And
naughty by nature.
I know that about myself. Like, you know, I'm kind of like a fey child.
Well,
you know?
I mean, you were
like,
born in the like fey child
window.
time.
Yeah. You know, I got to grow up in the woods, literally running around in them in fairy costumes.
Yeah.
You know, so I just,
if you were like, I don't know, if some blood test was done and they were like, there's about 15% that we can't identify. It's just it's glitter.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, okay, sure.
It's just coming, my witchcraft journey. I think just the more that I learn and the more comfortable I get, and the more I find my corner of, you know, like my craft. It just, I feel back to that childlike sense of just that assuredness of, you know, just being connected, just being
and just feeling like this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I'm going to piggyback off of you, and final answer here is just the amount of times that things have felt right.
Oh yeah.
Or they have felt, I don't know if this is going to make sense, familiar.
Yeah.
In some way or another.
Yeah.
Is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Of all of it.
It just feels like an old friend. And like when you slip into that, like, you know, like for instance, it's weird. And I was describing this to Lyra the other night that, you know, I've not, you know, when I was very, very just mentally strained and just trying to keep it all, and I knew there was an end in sight, and I was like, I'm just going to I'm just going to shut off and just do the work. And, you know, I kind of like quit hearing the trees and whatnot. And it's weird because it's not ever like I just walk outside and then I'll be outside for 30 minutes and they'll start talking. It's like I walk outside and the world's just a little different. And I'm in, like, it almost feels like a slightly different plane. It's weird. And you know when you're out in it. And it wasn't happening. Like I would just walk out and it was very mundane, you know? But like as of late now, after kind of going back to my roots and just reading and taking baths and meditating and spending time out and just reconnect, it's taking time. It's taking months of daily healing spiritually, you know, I've just been like, all right, let's get back into this. It's taking a long time. But now every now and again, I'll walk out and it's weird.
Yeah.
And it's not right. You know, it's not right in the good way.
Yeah.
You know, there's the shift again and everything's just a little different looking and everybody's noisy and it's like, I'm slipping back in.
There's some overlap of the realities.
That feeling is just indescribable. It just feels so warm and good and just content.
And the thing is I experience that out here. Not to the level of you do, obviously, because you are more of an earth-based communicator. B, you were like raised out here, and you're much
you
familiar
get
with
better at it when you're around it a lot.
But the thing is, like, there is, and you say it all the time to someone about the property. There is times that I'll just catch myself wandering around out there, and it's just the greens look a little greener.
Yeah,
it's kind of every once in a while it will hit you, and you'll be like, I'm in the bubble.
Something's weird.
Yeah.
And like Lyra's described it before to where, you know, because she was here and she would commune with the mother. Like she, you know, and she would go out there and she said every now and again, like when she'd be deep in like a conversation, she'd get this feeling that if she turned around, the house wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you're just you just know not to. Just don't turn around.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
I've had those feelings before. And it's more than just like the ooh, spooky, I think somebody's
it's like,
me.
it's just a knowing of like, okay.
I've been like, you know, if I turn around, there's somebody standing behind me. And I don't think they're bad. It's not evil. It's not a spooky dead body.
Yeah.
It's ancestor or something. And they're probably here talking to me. But the thing is, I don't think my human form is not able to see that.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. So you know what? You stay back there. We're going to have a chat.
I do that a lot where it's like, you know what? I can sense that you're okay.
You're here. Everything's chill.
I'm not going to deal with you like that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like a protective.
Yeah.
It's some kind of primal thing where your body is like, you're not meant for this.
Yeah.
You know, stay here.
We're just going to protect this.
Yeah. Turn around in like half a minute. You know, you'll be fine.
They'll be gone then.
Yeah.
Half a minute.
Half a minute. You know something that the English say, or I guess not even just the English, but you know when they say like 12:30 or 3:30?
That seems like
it confuses the shit ass out of me. Because it like 3:30, is that 3:30 or 2:30? Are we halfway to 3?
I didn't even think about that.
Or is it 3:30?
Or is it 1:50?
Yeah, 3:30 is just 2.
We got a silly one.
Oh,
we got a wild one.
I'm ready.
This was sent by Ruth.
And
this isn't a question for us. Question for Doreen and Mavis.
Okay, hold on. Let me knock on the door.
I don't even know if I can do this voice after doing Rocco yesterday. I might just have to speculate.
Okay.
What are y'all's favorite things? Hobbies, foods, etc. Also, are Mavis and Doreen witches as well?
I don't have time for that. My favorite thing is smoking a cigarette with a glass of lemonade.
Well, I don't know now, Doreen. To me, that sounds a little bit like witchcraft. You know, you're doing the same thing.
Smoking a cigarette?
But you're doing the same thing every day
Are you telling me it's a ritual? Is it a ritual when you have your bologna sandwich every afternoon?
Well, look, all I'm saying is if it walks like a ritual and talks like a ritual, it's a ritual, okay? Why don't you climb down from your fucking ivory tower over there, okay?
I love them so much.
I think Mavis would be really into those gross-ass 50s savory Jell-O foods.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I feel like Doreen is somebody who wears constantly like high-rise leather pants.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's always done. She's always done up.
Yeah.
You never see her getting ready.
Yeah.
But she's got some blue eyeshadow.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Mavis has like those severe blue eyebrows, you know, like those, the ones, the blue ones for some reason. Yeah. Yeah.
A little country flair, I feel like, for Doreen. Just like a turquoise necklace, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like a blue jean jacket with like some rose embroidery on it.
Yeah. See, I feel when I picture Mavis's clothes, I feel that she could almost look homeless.
Very big Tweety Bird t-shirt or something.
Yeah. Or like just loose, like, you know.
Comfort.
Yeah. I think that she's going to go for comfort. She doesn't have the patience for restriction.
Oh, yeah.
She's not for that.
Yeah.
She needs to be able to jam if she needs to.
She needs to jam.
You know, she needs mobility if need be.
I feel like Doreen eats very seldomly.
Yeah, I do picture Doreen to be, just that kind of almost just like pickled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickled. What was she's, what did Lyra say about body odor?
Gamey.
Gamey.
Yeah.
That's for some reason.
Yes. It's gamey. The gamey smell.
I feel like you'll never catch Doreen eating anything, but she's always going to have a drink. She'll have a beverage and a cigarette.
She's like Julian.
Virginia Slim.
Yeah. She's like Julian with his bourbon and Coke.
Exactly.
Yeah,
one of my favorite scenes in Trailer Park Boys is Julian gets in a car crash and he comes walking up from the car.
With his drink intact.
But the thing, no, he has no drink, but he still has his hand.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's got his hand like out of habit
it's
shaped
just holding.
Around it. That's right. Oh my
Julian,
God.
He's one of the most genius characters. And I just feel like he doesn't talk that much.
No, he doesn't need to. It's the presence alone. And you got Ricky.
Oh my God.
Doing all the talking.
With the hair.
Oh my God.
He's in that movie, Would You Rather, that we were talking about.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hated that movie. It just made me feel greasy.
I hated the ending. The ending pissed.
It bothered me. It bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with being scared.
Yeah.
I'm okay with, but I don't want to be like bothered.
Yeah. I don't want to think.
Yeah, I don't want to. Ideally,
but here's the thing: a movie like Would You Rather shouldn't be the movie to make me go, oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just more often than not, I don't want to carry a horror film with me. Like I don't want to have to rethink about. And that was one I just remember rethinking about. Yeah. I don't like, and I don't think that one crosses the line into like torture porn type movies. I don't like that kind of.
I'm not a fan of gore.
I don't. Just
it's
over
not
the top gore, like Evil Dead.
Oh, I'll ridiculous gore.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah, self-aware gore. But like that kind of like Saw, I'm not a fan. I'm
not a fan of Saw.
I don't like. I don't even like true crime. Like I have a hard time listening to true. I grew up on true crime,
really,
and then I just kind of over the years have shifted. Maybe allowing my more empathic tendencies. It fucks me up now.
See,
and I can't really listen to it without being like. Someone died. I'll put myself in their shoes in that moment of a horrible fucking death that's agonizing
and it's
the
always
worst
horrible.
ever. And millions of people, myself included, is driving and drinking fucking Starbucks going, listening to. And I was just like, that's not right.
I do like true crime.
It fucks me up too hard now. I can't do it. I'm bothered for days by it.
The gore thing is not because I can't handle it. I'm bored by it. I think it's such a crutch.
It is easy.
Yeah. Which is why, it's like, show me 20 minutes of somebody cutting into their arm, yawn. Yeah. Like, it's not like I'm a prude, like, oh, blood, ew, I can't do it, I can't handle it. It just bores the shit out of me. Like, have some psychological.
Have some good writing, which is rare and hard. That's why I liked Haunting of Hill House so much, and Bly Manor. I think those are both based on books, but I really some thought, some thinking.
Thought.
Yeah.
Thought. Flora residence.
Absolutely splendid.
Listen, if that little kid would have gotten punched one more time than she did, I'd have been happy.
She was just coping.
I just don't like kids in movies.
This is interesting. This was sent in by Keith. How has WBAH helped y'all? We hear all the time that you helped the beans, and it's great. Hell, y'all kept me sane through hard parts of college. But I want to know if we were able to give back to y'all.
Absolutely 110%, dude.
And helped each of you grow like y'all helped us grow. Also, I'm curious which path resembles y'all more, hedge witch, sea witch, etc., etc.
Okay. Eclectic hedge riding kitchen witch.
Oh, okay, just pick them all then.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Give me yours.
I don't know either. And because the more I get into it, it's difficult to just fall into.
Like hedge, cottage.
Definite hedge action.
Yeah.
And some green witch action.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very tricky.
See, that's how I like to use labels, though. I like to use labels as in, like, here's something that interests me.
Yeah.
I don't like to use it as a hard and fast, I am this and I am that, because to me, it's a little bit, it's very eclectic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unless you're speaking to like a specific practice.
Yeah. I don't follow a religion.
Right.
Or anything like that. It's kind of
yeah. That's another thing is a lot of people who I feel like a lot of people in my family or like, you know, when we talk about the podcast, but they don't like really listen, but they're like trying to be cool about it or whatever. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know a couple of Wiccans. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the thing. We're not.
Yeah. Which admittedly, when I started, I didn't know the damn difference either.
I didn't either. Yeah.
At all.
I remember kind of being like, does this make me a Wiccan?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what that means.
Well, and even the term pagan.
Yeah.
You know, I don't consider myself a pagan in the sense because I don't followed like the wheel of the year in that sense.
Well, see, I do because to me, a pagan comes of that old language, which basically a pagan was like a hillbilly.
Yeah,
because they were the last people to come around to Christianity.
Goddess-based religions
and earthy.
Yeah.
They were the hobbits, you know. I feel like pagan was just and I do because if the closest thing I have to a belief system is earth and spirit and you know shit like that, and to me I have to believe in some, you know, when someone says I am an atheist 100%, but I also believe in ghosts. I'm like, some don't add up there, homie.
You gotta do some shuffling. Yeah.
But I'm not here to tell anybody what to say.
It's tricky. I don't know. I struggle any kind of religious titles like that. I have an issue with. Mainly, you know, because I just don't know if I know enough. You know, to like that's what I mainly mean by that. Like, you know, like. Pagan. Maybe I am a pagan, but I'm nervous to use that term because like maybe I'm not.
And that's the thing. To me, it's like, are you using that term for yourself? Then sure. Like I'm not going to go around and be like, my cousin is a pagan because you have actively said you're not sure. You know what I mean? The day you come to me and you say, yeah, I've been thinking about it, then that's a whole other thing. But I don't know. I'm just big on like when people tell you who they are, believe them. You know?
That's true.
So it's like if you tell me something, like chill, you know, whatever. But if I don't know, I just think the labels are fun.
They are. They're helpful too, and
to find your community
and such a huge like information
a big pot,
you know. You can kind of
review footage.
It's kind of like finding your lunch table of friends.
Yeah. Are you gonna sit with the emo kids? You gonna sit with the jocks? You gonna sit with the weird kids that I sat with that it's like they kind of were emo but they weren't cool enough to be emo?
We were like the art alt kids, but also tennis.
Okay.
Well, I had two different, and also I went like my senior year in high school, I went to two separate lunches because I had a class I would skip a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had like.
Macy?
Yeah. And
I don't see you being that.
Well, it was like kind of a blow off class, honestly. It was an elective. I never, ever skipped my like academic classes. I never even like skipped school.
I was going to say, did you ever just skip a day?
Not often. I wouldn't let myself. Yeah.
Did you ever drive to school?
Yeah.
Did you get to the point where like in like senior year you would have your car, you had your own car?
It's junior and senior year. Yeah. And I was where I was supposed to be.
Dude, the car was that was the point that it all happened. When I got my own car, I didn't see the inside of a classroom ever again.
I wouldn't have even for a second considered not going to school.
Yeah.
It's what I was supposed to do. It's what I did every day.
See, and I think that I had that thought. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I have to do that. And then it would just hit me like a spark. I would just be like, I don't have to do shit. And for me, it was much less skipping because I was like, I'm dumb. You know, it was just more like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know, why would I go to school, this small town Texas school where you're going to have me doing crosswords all day instead of actual learning?
But what did you do instead?
Oh, everything. Homie, I would like go hang out at the lake. Just by myself, just like sit on the lake, have a day, go to Target and walk around. Listen, tell me you're not learning. Tell me walking around Target, Walmart, people watching, tell me that's not just social studies.
Sure. But there's also other things you learn in school.
Well, see, by the time you're already that far in
that educated,
every time then you're that smart. I just don't know if there's anything that I actively learned.
Well, and I was
in my senior year.
I was fortunate enough to where my whole senior year I took college classes.
See, and I didn't have that as an option because I had spent too much time skipping school.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, no, I just feel like I was locked in.
Yeah.
Which is a shitty thing about the school system.
Yeah, that is dumb to punish you in that way.
It's like, because I would have loved it. I would have and the reason I didn't do well in school is that classic case of I was bored.
Yeah.
I was bored. I wasn't a dumb kid, but I would rather read the actual textbooks than do the whatever busy work you were doing. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's fucking stupid. By the time you get to your 12th year, you're locked in because of your previous whatevers.
I don't even like saying this because it sounds very... When I was in second grade, there's a program in Texas called GT. Oh. And it's gifted and talented. I personally find it a bit exclusive. Yeah, but I got put in that, which meant that for my whole school career, I had to be in AP courses. Mm-hmm. And that helped because I was always in a challenging class. Yeah. And there was occasionally a few times that I was just like, and I did get a bit bored. Like I liked being challenged to where the work was hard. Yeah. And I think if I wouldn't have been, I would have probably daydreamed a little bit. I would have probably started wandering around.
I took a couple of AP classes at the beginning of my high school career. And I remember actually like having a massive reading list.
Yeah. You had to apply yourself.
Doing stuff. And I remember those were the only classes that I even remember taking at that time. And then the next year came and I don't know what it was. Like, I don't think it wasn't that it was too hard. Yeah. Because I actually I really enjoyed it. I think I just didn't think about it and I just went back to regular.
If you don't sign up in time or you don't
whatever.
do this and that.
And I was like, I'm a big procrastinator. So, who knows? But I just remember going back to regular classes and being like, oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a competitive aspect of being pushed by the others in the class because typically they're going to be kind of serious too, and these are like college prep courses sometimes, and so it was just I had the people around also that were like I didn't want to look, I was too haughty to want to look stupid, so I had to be smart.
See, all my friends were stoners, so enough said.
All right, what time is it? God damn.
How long have we been going?
We've been at it for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, boy. Let's do a couple more.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting behind the curtain question. This was by Tiff. How long do you spend researching your topics, and do you limit that time for sanity? I think we limit the topics for sanity.
Yeah.
It depends, the choice of topic depends on how we feel that week.
And it's also, by the time you choose what you want to talk about, it's a total crapshoot. Sometimes you'll get into it and there is so much info to go through, and there's so many resources to go through, and you're like, hold on, I have a book about something. You might dig that up and look through that, and a ton of information that you go through. And sometimes you get one that's very straight up and to the point.
Yeah, kind of bare bones.
And I've spent more time looking for more information about things. It's almost easier to have this plethora, because sure, we might leave shit out, but we've always said from the beginning, we're the wide swath. Yeah. If any of that, we're not comprehensive. We're not telling you everything about it.
Any of us speaking to you.
Go out and see how you feel about it and see what you find and blah, blah, blah. But I know I'd never limit my time for research. I just kind of go until I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. And it depends. It depends on, it's kind of like what we were talking about, like the mental health days and whatnot. Like if I get into a topic and it's showing to be a lot. Yeah. And I am not in a headspace, like I'm perhaps maybe a bit scattered or I'm just unable to focus, I'll table that. Yeah. And I'll pick one that's a bit more simple, and it just kind of depends time-wise. And like sometimes it will take a while. And sometimes I'll physically be unable to pick a topic until the day we're supposed to record.
And then something always just
pops up.
Hey, yeah.
Or sometimes like when I do like a historical witch episode, I'll do that one several days in advance and kind of get that and read academic paper. It just depends. Depends on the topic. And if any of y'all have noticed, there's kind of a rhythm. I feel like with our topic selections, and you can kind of tell when, we perhaps were feeling a little scatterbrained or we were really on it. And that comes through because it can't not,
In more ways than just I'm immediately thinking when I did Onyx, that whole episode, I feel like we just got so sidetracked.
We've done a few of those. Yeah. There's some episodes we've done to where it's like we literally just go around our elbow to get to our ass on that one. Like,
but I have about 6 or 7 half research topics that I have sitting in my folder for when I feel up to it. And most of them are like, I'll be like, you know what? I haven't talked about a god. Yeah. Or a deity in a while. So I'll start in on that, and then I'll realize how much that is and how heavy it is and how much you don't want to disregard that of all
That's
things.
the thing. Like, and the further we've come in being aware of how to be more respectful, it gets a bit more intimidating.
Right.
Instead of just bum rushing into shit.
Yeah, just be like, here, I'm going to tell this funny story about Osiris, but still, it holds up.
But like, I know exactly what you mean. It's made topics more challenging.
Yeah.
In a way, which is good.
Yeah.
But I can't just like willy-nilly now, like I need to, and I'm still going to miss shit. But like, I don't know, it has made it a bit more serious. I'm not just rolling into it being like, I'm just going to pick what the fuck ever and just talk about it, and it's just like, that has changed.
I mean, I think as is part of the amateur's journey, you get to the point where you realize like, sometimes seriousness is called for.
Yeah.
And that's also, to bring it back, a reason I would love to talk to somebody who like partners with a deity and has for a long time and knows a lot about them. And, I would love, somebody to come on and be like, I work with fucking Hecate. Or
like the Morrigan.
Yeah.
Like, those deities that call, the ones and the ones that I don't want to call like service, that you really work with them, and like there's a whole like honoring type relationship there. Be interesting to know about.
Yeah. And then there's also just some more like out there topics that I have. I want to talk about, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to say it wrong. Oregon. It's the, have you seen those like resin triangles? And they're like resin pyramids, and they've got like chunks of stone and like copper coils and stuff.
Think so.
You would probably know it if you saw it. I always thought they were just like pretty art.
Okay.
But there's a reason for it, and there's this powerful substance, and like it kind of branches out onto where I will go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Maybe a little woo.
A little woo.
Okay.
Like last night we were watching an episode of Ghost Adventures where even Zach heard something that made him go,
Is this shit for real?
Is this shit for real? And that you've gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
If you make, and I feel like I'm having a little bit of that reaction. But as has been shown in the past, whenever we talk about woo things, sometimes we talk about it so much that we're just like, oh, I'm a believer now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, to walk a metaphysical path is to have, hopefully, an open mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like the longer you walk that metaphysical path, the more open
the line of
that
shit
mind
you're willing to believe.
Yeah, you'll believe anything, at this point. And so that's like one of the things I love, and it keeps coming up and you need to watch it, is Hellier. And they talk about how maybe all of this phenomenon is related and the same thing. It's all the same thing, and it's fascinating. And like the theories that they throw out are like just wild, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Well, that's how I feel about religion. I feel like in a lot of ways, the things that people pray to or find comfort in, or like I feel like
it's all the same,
and I'm not trying to belittle specific thoughts within religion, but I just feel like, maybe there's just this energy source, and like being people have given it name and have given it such a rigid structure, but it's like my fucking Lilith might be your Yahweh or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and it's the same source. We're just interpreting them in completely differently ways.
I've thought of that before. Like, those moments, that I'm out in the woods and I have these like enrapturing spiritual experiences of connection to where I feel like my skin's going to come off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the exact same feeling as people get when they're speaking in tongues in church.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that in church ever, but I experienced it.
You never saw it?
No, I've seen a lot of it.
I was going to say, because you went to a Pentecostal church.
I've seen a lot of it, but I never felt that way in a church. I always felt terrified in a church. But out in the woods, which is my church, but I've wondered that before. Like, do they feel exactly the same?
Yeah.
Is it the same feeling?
Yeah.
It's just in a different...
It's just shaped, I guess, by things you've been through and...
perception.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. We should take a course in theology.
Honestly.
It'd be fucking cool.
Probably wise.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about it, we should know something about it.
All right, let's see.
Any theology professors out there listening to WBAH?
No, it can't be by now.
They tuned off. They were like, these bitches are getting it wrong.
Oh, okay. This is a fun one. We might make this our last one just because it's about to be 3 p.m.
Oh, boy.
This was sent by Ashley. For the sake of the question, going with the belief of reincarnation, if you could choose your next life, who/what would you be? In what realm, world, dimension, i.e., I would be a forest spirit. That's what she says. So what would you be? The first thing that came to my head, and it's something I think about a lot, I would love to be...
one of your dogs.
A split tie between either a dog with a good life or a cat with Dante's life.
Yeah.
Dante is maybe the most fortunate animal.
Fortunate, semi-feral.
Yeah. He does whatever he wants when he wants, and he has 12 acres at his murderous disposal, and he's got a fucking cat tree that he can come to and piss on whenever he wants to.
And he smells like hot dogs.
And it's just, I'll sometimes just watch him and be like, you have it made. It's ridiculous.
He loves it.
I would love that life. Just strolling through the woods and doing whatever you fucking want whenever you want it, like it's your whole world, and it is his world. It's just amazing.
I think if we're talking human, if we're going with human, I think I would like to be somebody who would have the means to cause actual change, effective change. You know what I mean?
Power.
Yeah. If you're born like a fucking Elon Musk or something, you know what I mean? Or
you're born into billions of dollars.
Exactly. But you're also perhaps raised with a philanthropist attitude.
Yeah.
You know,
you have a trust. You were raised, but you have this trust of mine that comes when you're already a good person.
I was going to say not get spoiled by your riches, and kind of close off and not see the, but to really, I don't know, just help with systematic problems, like education and shit.
Oh my God.
Education's a really big issue for me.
It's a serious issue in America.
Well, I mean, I know, for me personally, education is, but I mean, the American education system is something that really bums me out. And I could talk about it for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
And how a lot of problems that we have is completely tied to it. I read a lot that was tying America's adult obesity problem to the education system and how they run lunches and how they
I think it could definitely it could contribute. It was
definitely it contribute. Yeah, and I mean there's a ton of other fucking factors.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, when you're not taught shit.
No.
You're not taught anything. You're taught to not have sex until you're married.
Yeah, exactly. You know how many times I learned how to balance a fucking checkbook? I mean, of course, that's not relevant these days.
I did. I did. I actually learned how to balance a checkbook in high school. We had a business class.
They didn't teach us how to we didn't have a business class. We had the closest thing we had was forgive me, I don't remember the actual name, but it was home ec.
Oh,
but it was split into different things. There was the cooking version, the prep for parenting is one that I took because I remember. The only reason was because I wanted that
fucking baby,
little robot baby, and then there was sewing, I think also. But there was nothing. We never learned how to do taxes. You never learned how to put together anything that would be helpful. Yeah, really, at all.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean,
it could very much also just have been my school.
Well, I mean, in regard talking of health, the only
health class. I see what you mean. Yeah.
The only reason that I know anything at all that I do about it is because I taught myself.
Exactly.
I was not taught it. I happened to have had an interest in it from a young age, and I taught myself because in health I was a coach.
They put up a lot of classes like that is coaches, and not I will also say on the other hand, some of the best teachers were coaches. Yeah. So there that is.
Yeah, I will say that. That's very true.
But sometimes they're there.
Yeah.
Because
sometimes they don't need to be cobbled together in the same job.
Yeah. I think health extended to a picture of the food pyramid on the wall.
Which the food pyramid is full of problems. Full of fucking problems. Yeah.
And then I really couldn't tell you anything else. I think maybe they showed us some videos. We got to see that old 70s. What's it called? The Miracle of Life?
Yeah.
The one that everyone sees.
Yeah. And everybody dreads the day. Yeah.
And they somehow, even though it was the 70s or 80s, they somehow have these camera angles that I don't know how they've done it.
Yeah. How they've done it.
I don't know how you get to be right next to the ding dong.
You're watching the magic happen.
When the baby comes out of the ding dong or however babies are made. I don't know. I'm American.
The technical terms.
Yeah. When the baby crawls out of the man's pee-pee and crawls into the lady,
Mm-hmm.
and then eats her insides and comes out her butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how babies are born.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're delivered.
Yes.
Whoa. That's health 101.
Yeah. And that's health in America.
Yeah, I do.
Wear condoms.
I do.
No, wait, no. I'm sorry. No, they don't say wear condoms. They say don't
have
do
sex.
it.
Yeah, just don't have sex at all.
Yeah.
Ever. You'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am totally, and this might be controversial because of like the age and stuff like that, but let's say seniors. I don't know. I'm totally for like handing out.
Oh.
Like having that available.
Teenagers are gonna fuck.
Yeah.
They're gonna fuck. They're teenagers.
It's gonna happen.
It is literally
and if they don't,
a biological drive stronger than any health class can ever discourage.
Stronger than any fucking video that you put on that's like, don't do it or your hands will fall off.
What teenagers do. They love to fuck. Like, stop it. Get real.
Yeah.
Get real.
Yeah. At least the banana thing, showing them how to put it on. We didn't even do that.
No, not us. No way.
No.
Condoms weren't real.
No. I remember I went to my friend. She went to, it was basically just like a free clinic, I think. I think because it was just low cost healthcare.
Yeah.
And I remember on the way out, they just had these bags that you could take. And I took one because I love free shit. And I wasn't even there for anything. I was just there for her. Yeah. And I walk out and it was just like a bag full of like condoms and like information. And I remember being, oh God.
Too bad we need to shut that clinic down.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, my God. Texas. That's what I like about Texas. Anyway. But that was the first time I was like exposed to like the idea of like, and also while I was there, somebody was just like, do you want birth control? Just we'll give you a prescription.
Openly communicated sexual education and like, contraceptive measures.
And I asked the lady behind the desk, she was like, I'm like, you're telling me I can just get the pill? I can just say I want the pill and you'll give me the pill. Because it's so drilled in you got to go talk to your doctor. Yeah. You got to tell your parents. Yeah. It's got to be this shameful thing. And it's like, I just want to not have acne.
Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know.
There you go.
We're a sexual health podcast now.
That's what you come to us for.
Let's do one more technical one because if and you don't mind.
Let's do this one. This is somewhat technical.
Okay.
This was sent in by Catherine, and I think this is also a good kind of fun one.
Okay.
To end on.
Yes.
But it's still behind the curtain.
I love it.
All right. Catherine asked, what do you ladies do to prepare mentally / spiritually / physically, etc. for recording spooky sods? Because, Lord knows, I have to prepare myself for those bad boys.
It depends on what we're doing. If we're going to a location, there's like full preparation involved.
Yeah.
If you're a Patron, you've seen the video of Mace doing, you mix up the tonic.
Yeah.
And we'll spray down and stuff like that. Mentally, what do you do?
It is a mental drain. Mm-hmm. The day that we decided to break the spooky sods up into about 3 different recording days was the day when spooky sods were
started getting good again.
Yeah, they were not dreaded for me. That changed everything. Mm-hmm. That doing it in chunks, because that's the thing. Even if it's not spooky content,
it's a long
time, and it takes it out of you, because even though we're having a conversation, it's still on.
Yeah. Have you ever just sat and talked to somebody for 4 hours?
Yeah, it's energetically draining. And then you tack on the tense element of being uncomfortable and just kind of creepy subject matter. It just really takes it out of you.
I like splitting it up between your topic, my topic, and then we do something else, and then we do with listener stories, because we can fully dedicate our time and our energy.
We're energetic to each section.
Yeah. When it comes to spooky stories, there is not much that I feel like I do, because I'm gassed up.
I'm there for the entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And I love getting a little spooked. Certain stories, I'm so sorry I forget who sent this one in, but I reference it a lot. The one where the couple in the car pulls into the driveway and they see like the birch tree bark covered figure that's like lumbering around. That has stuck with me. And I love those moments. Of course, that's where Punch Me came from.
Yeah, of course.
Spooky sode.
Classic.
The one things I do need to mentally get ready for are the topics that are very specially spooky to us. There's been a few like the Planet X one kind of freaked me out because I don't space.
See, that one didn't bother me at all because space doesn't really bother me that much. Yeah.
And the Gary Sudbrink.
Fuck that one.
I
that
remember...
one really, I remember recording that spooky so perhaps better than most of the other ones.
Yeah, it's so weird that and I was wondering how I was going to go over because I was just reading a transcript.
Oh my God.
But I feel like a lot of people kind of dug it and a lot of people went and listened to it.
Oh, I listened to 0.4 seconds before I was like, absolutely not. No.
Is Gary
Oh my
Sudbrink
God. Yeah, I went through a period of, I don't know, a few of them, and because we've done so fucking many spooky sods now. There was a period of, I don't, it's a strong word to say resentment, but I was to the point like, fuck, spooky sod. But then we started breaking them apart.
Yeah.
And then once that started, I was like, man, this is great.
It makes it more bite-sized. Yeah. Because you and I, we're both a fan of the spookiness. Yeah. You know, and I think that we can handle it pretty well. It takes a lot to really get to us, I think.
Well, it was creepy recording them alone.
Yeah.
Recording them alone in this room.
Together, I feel like we could do a full 4 hour and be fine.
But sitting alone in this back room talking about the scariest fucking shit, and I'm just staring at a curtain. I know a Gray's fingers are going to come on and open, and I'm going to have to look. You know, it was really, I did not like that. Spooky Sods alone in 2020 really made me uncomfortable.
There was a lot of trial and error kind of learning what freaks you out, because the first time you talked about the alien abduction stuff, I was just like, honestly, I was like, oh, I've never really been super into like alien abduction. I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll listen to it. But it really got to me. It really got to me. So the second time when you told me you were doing a follow-up, I remember that day kind of, I didn't do anything really spiritually to prepare. Yeah. But I just kind of had a talk with myself.
Yeah. Mentally. Yeah.
You're like, okay, you're going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. You're going to have to deal with some stuff, you know. And then I was all right, you know. Yeah. And then I kind of, I will schedule time around spooky sods. Yeah. To not do anything else.
Yeah. Self-care. I do some self-carriage. Yeah. Usually, sometimes I'll take a bath before. I do cleanse. I burn juniper usually when we record those, just to kind of go in.
I have some like protective runes and chalk on my keyboard.
Just kind of in there. Yeah. Like I get a little bit more, I would say, I guess superstitious when it comes to recording spooky. So it's just because we've had some weird things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You
know, and I always like to make sure that after a spooky sode, I have about I have time for, and it's like almost a ritual tradition at this point. I've got popcorn and a drink, and I watch a movie.
Is that really what you do? I like that.
And I just know that that's all that I've got to do for the time being. I don't worry about clothes.
Don't worry about editing it yet or anything.
Not any of that. It's just like, it's over. I'm gonna pop some popcorn. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna get my comfiest PJs. Yeah. I'm gonna watch a damn movie.
It does. It's how you replenish, because it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. And just to be alone. Yeah. For a minute. And very rarely is it a spooky movie. Sometimes I'll just be in the mood and I'll watch a spooky movie. But, you know. Yeah. Sometimes it's just silly.
Comfy.
Yeah.
Be comfy. Yeah. Bob's Burgers is probably one of my big go-tos for after recording spooky sods. Yeah. Deeply comforting. You know, just kind of silly and colorful, and it's brain bleach. Yeah. You know. Yeah. It's a big one for me. Like, I'll come out and I'll throw on some Bob's Burgers, and Hunter usually is cooked. And then it's like, I'm going to forget about everything I just talked about.
Yeah. Mine was back in the day when it was a thing. Mine was, I was Unis Honest was a thing that I would, really, that would de-stress.
It would.
I was just like, these boys are silly.
These are the silliest too.
Well, I think it's that time. Yeah. I think that we've yet one thing to do to wrap up the 3 years.
3 years for fears.
I'm leaving. So, guess what's back?
Back again.
MadLibs is back.
Tell a friend.
We're doing a MadLibs out of the D&D book of MadLibage.
Yep.
And I'm going to quiz you, I guess, because I just reached for it and took.
You did. You have the power.
Okay. So, Macy, give me a verb ending in ing.
Spurting.
I was offended.
Yeah, you were. Your face rippled.
I looked you straight in the eyes, which I feel like is not something that is done much.
It was pardon me?
Adjective. And it doesn't look like we actually have that many adjectives, this one.
Gummy.
Oh. Adverb.
That's L-Y, right?
Yes.
Hornily.
Hornily. Now, does this mean having horns?
No.
Okay. Number.
525,600 minutes.
Jesus. 525,000.
600.
600 minutes. Adverb.
Again, really?
Yeah. Oh, and it's not the last.
Wetly.
Ooh. Is that the name of the
Yes.
kid? Come here, Wetly.
Wetly.
Wetly. Wetly, you be careful. I'm going to make you sit in the corner. Noun.
Noun. Okay. Scrotum sac.
Oh. S-A-C. C.
Sac.
Sac. Adjective.
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 Flaccid.
Whoa. That was quick. Plural noun.
Plural noun.
Plural noun.
Diaphragms.
Whoa. Plural noun.
Really now? Beavers.
Beavers. Plural noun.
Log cutters.
Okay. Adverb.
God damn it. Lustily.
Lustily. Verb.
Fuck.
Is
Yes.
that your answer? All right. Adjective.
Glistening.
Glistening in the sun. Noun.
Muff.
Gross. Muff. Verb.
Verb.
Verbiage.
Okay. To do.
Action.
Strut.
Whoa. Adjective.
God damn it. Adjective. Okay. Reptilian.
Oh. Noun. It's the last one.
Marital bed.
Oh. What in the fuck?
I don't know why that came to my
That
head.
very quickly, man. All right. Here we go. Now this one is called Life of the Party.
Oh, I bet.
In D&D, a group of characters is called a spurting party.
Ew. Gross.
While there are no gummy and fast rules about this, to have a hornily rounded party, you need 525,600 things.
Okay. Things of what description?
Number one. Apparently we're going to go through all.
Great.
Number one is a tank. These characters can wetly endure lots of scrotum sacks from bad guys.
Goddamn right. They can't just getting teabagged over and over and over again.
They have flaccid health, and they keep the more fragile diaphragms in the party safe.
Ew.
You never want a fragile diaphragm.
No, you don't. That's how you get into trouble.
2, you need a damager. With spells, daggers, or beavers, these characters hit lustily. They can be as glistening as glass.
Oh.
They can be as glistening as glass, though. So strut them from harm.
You know what that means.
Just fucking strut.
Strut them away from
Strut 'em
harm.
away from harm.
Making it look like they did something big when in reality it's because they have a glass jaw.
I'm glistening like glass, so I gotta strut over here. And the third thing that you need is a healer. The literal muff of the party.
Everyone needs one.
Healers keep... This is gonna be hard, sorry. Healers keep everyone alive and reptilian.
Okay.
These are just guidelines. These are just guidelines. If you want to fuck a party of rogues, go for it.
Okay.
Just make sure you bring some healing log cutters with you.
Ew.
The marital bed is your oyster. Can we please have shirts that say the marital bed is your oyster?
That raises so many questions.
Man,
Oh.
if you want to fuck a party of rogues, go for it.
Marital bed is your
It's
oyster.
your oyster. Just bring some healing log cutters.
Ew, gross. Wow, I'm sweating.
Well, I had a not rotund. I had a ridiculously good time.
I did too.
Here on our third episode.
Fun chat. 3 hours have passed since we sat here.
3 hours for 3 years.
There it is.
Well, guys, we're going to end on that note. Thank you so much for being with the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour for this long. Mm-hmm. If you are an OG listener, ho boy.
Yeah.
And we look forward to at least 3 more episodes. And we'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Do you want to close it out with our ending that we usually are?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to be brief because I can tell you must pee.
Not too bad.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad.
Well, if you would like to contribute to the big family style meal that is the steaming hot pot of review footage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a review footage to read for you.
You can write us one. You can.
So thank you is what I was going to say. And truly, honestly, thank you to everybody who has written a review. Yeah. Because that, we wouldn't be where we were and all that. No. If you want to come eat with us on Facebook, you can do that at
Facebook.com/ The Witch Amateur Hour.
Oh God, no bitch on Facebook.
You can also search and find it. And then if you want to find the Coven pages, it's, I believe, Community is a little tab. They change Facebook every fucking day.
Yep.
But if you can find that, it's Community tab, and you can see the public or the private Coven and then the private Patreon Coven. And that's how you get into those. It's a good time. It's a really great. You know how often the first time I see a meme is in that group, and then I see it all over the internet. It's like, I know it came from there.
That's every meme maker is in the Coven of WBAH.
All the real geniuses.
Oh man, the one who did the seagull.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay. Oh God, itchy. Speaking of itchy, I got super itchy from these mosquitoes that are the size of elephants because we did Rocco and Laser.
Rocco and Laser patrons. They're coming at you soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. We improv'd all of it and we don't remember any of it.
It's because we become our characters.
We are. Method.
And that'll be over on Patreon pretty soon.
Yeah.
Patreon, if you'd like to support the podcast, we're doing all kinds of extra. We're giving you all the extra loads over there.
Load. Yeah. We're having to get some shit under control. YouTube is acting up with Patreon.
Yeah.
It's doing it again today. Like, some people are having issues playing the video I put in some art. So, yeah.
But that said,
yeah,
if you want to experience all this trouble for yourself.
Yeah, sure. We
have patreon.com/the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour or Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Or
all of these
WBAH
links.
Podcast.
WBAH.
Listen,
all these
it's
things.
easy
it's
to find.
Yeah. We also have a Twitter at Bitch Hour. We have an Insta Gym hanging out.
Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Yeah.
If you're confused on the origin of Gem, as a lot of people are, we actually had the opportunity to sit down. We did an interview. We're not saying with who yet.
Yeah.
It will be out when it's out. But you should tune into this person's podcast to find out the origin of Gem.
Yeah.
And we'll have more details on that. What else? The saltiest PEO box in the sea.
She is in the whole sea of the U.S. Postal Service.
Yes.
P.O. Box 865.
Canton, Texas.
75103.
Apparently still has phone books mailed to her.
Every now and again, they slip one inside of her. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Again, print drops today.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out. That'll be on our Instagram. You can check that out as well. We don't post enough on our Instagram, but if you want to see something, I guess we're on Instagram. You can find us. Charlie is at y_Charlie_Y.
And Macy
or y Charlie Y.
is at mayonnaise.
It's Macy Anise, but it looks like mayonnaise in a passing glance. I'm not going to judge you for it because it does.
Let's just all start tagging Macy Anise in mayonnaise.
Just
pictures.
Mayonnaise.
And I guess to say our joint, the WBAH Insta Gym, is Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. Don't tag us in giveaways, please.
Yeah, we get a lot of those.
Yeah.
And then it makes us lose like our other notifications because you only get to see so many, before it like makes it where you can't see them. But yeah, so that's all of that.
Yeah.
That's all of that shit.
We're gonna go now.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I don't know what yet, but soon in coming month or two, probably we'll have new merch.
We've got new merch on the lookout, baby.
Yeah. Like new design, like new shit.
Yeah. New shit.
That new shit.
What is it that I said earlier? The religion. No. First thing I gotta say.
Yeah. No can do.
Yeah. I don't know. Up at the top, I remember saying something directly from a Tech Nine song.
It could have been so many phrases.
But then I remembered that if you don't know it's from that song, it just sounded really bossy of me.
I can usually pick up on a tech lyric.
Tech-a-Nina.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Been pressed against walls.
I can pick. I'm like, okay, that's him. Yeah, I know where we are. All right, well, dude.
Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's go seize the day.
I'm gonna take a big ass breath of outside air.
Yeah,
is
me
what
too.
I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna take a 3-hour drive home.
3-hour drive.
Oh. All right.
Oh, I'm sweaty.
I'm itchy.
Quit.